we love sports just like you.
Welcome to the Team Podcast, episode 015. My name is Nash, host of the Team Podcast. And to my right, I got Wells of Horseplay Podcast. Say what's up, Wells.
That didn't go as well as...
What's up, ladies? What's up? Everybody, what's up? What's up? What's up?
And straight ahead of me, the great DJ Smythe on the ones and twos.
Not a DJ. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, guys? Dilly. Dilly. No, Wells, you didn't.
I know what it is.
Okay, all right.
It's just come right out of the gate, smash into the door, and say dilly.
Dilly.
Yeah, dilly to you too. All right. What's going on? We're in a new setting here. This is a little different.
Right?
A little different. I just sitting here thinking I can't see Smythe's computer, so I can't write down the notes I usually wrte down.
That sucks. I'll
So
just
you're
use my hand and I'll just be like
you're
this.
actually got the,
I don't have a pen, so I'm just going to sign language stuff to you.
Yeah. So we got a new setup now.
Yeah, well...
New home of the podcast.
Yep.
New studio.
First and only episode from the living room, so
Yeah.
there's that as well.
What's going on, guys? Anything exciting happening this week? This past week? Anything?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's January. This is the greatest time of the year. It's cold. It's dark.
I don't know if cold is the greatest time of the year. But as far as the world of sports, yeah, it's the greatest time.
Yeah, it's all right. I was telling, I can't stop talking about it. I was talking to Smythe about it, but I'm really addicted to this game called Fortnite. Really addicted to it. It happened within a matter of days.
Explain to the people what Fortnite is.
Okay, so I don't want to get too far into it because
No, we're gonna get very far.
The basic premise of it's very easy to explain, to be honest.
It's kind of like Hunger Games, right? Like that's the simplest way to put it. It's like Hunger Games, but a video game. You basically get shot out of like a bus in the air over a town, and there's 100 of you, and everyone races to the you get shot out.
Is this online? Is this online?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're playing against people online.
You play, it's 100 people drop in.
You get shot out of this bus. You go over this town, and you have a glider, and everyone tries to land first so they can get a weapon or whatever. You scour around town. If people run into you, you kill them, and whoever wins is the last person alive.
Oh,
It's free right now, so I mean that's kind of what got me onto it. And then you can play with your buddies, you can play whoever. You can play in groups of 2, you can play in groups of 4. Basically, the whole game is just survive. You can build stuff. It's insane. I'm not that good at it, but I'm liking it. And then when I get good, it's going to be even better. So,
All right.
do
you play this game too, Smith?
That sounds like passion. I have it, and I played it a few times.
he just sucks at it. So he's like, I don't want to play.
I'm basically the guy that hides in the corner, hopes someone comes and gets me. But I got a shotgun in that corner, so if you open that door...
That's the thing is, there's so many ways you can approach it. You can hide. You can go right at it. You can build a tower and stay at the top of it. There's also another thing. The island that you're on, there's a Eye of the Storm, which keeps shrinking. So basically it forces everyone to...
Get closer
to each other. So one person not one end of the map, one person not the other end of the map. So it basically shrinks. So if you're in that part of the storm, you lose health and you die. So it's a very fun game. A full game lasts about 15 minutes usually. Depends on how long it goes.
Well, depends on if you survive the whole thing.
I mean, yeah.
Minutes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I made it. Today's the first time I made it to the final.
No.
It was the final 2. And I lost, but it was about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you could, if you die right away, you can just go back and start over again, which makes it you don't have to wait to see who wins, unless you want to.
You can actually watch, which sometimes is fun.
Yeah, it's exciting, and you get to see better players play, but there's a lot of skilled players playing online right now. So if you go on Twitch and you type in Fortnite, there's players, and they're building towers in 5 seconds and running and jumping down on people and shooting in the face. It's actually, the skill ceiling is so high, but for you to have fun, you can just really grab traps and hide in a corner and wait. So it's a brilliant game.
Very good.
I'm going to have to go on Twitch and check this out now.
Yeah. PlayerUnknown, PUBG is another game. Same concept, but it looks more like Call of Duty, more realism in it. But same concept. You could drive cars and stuff, but the whole point is you have to get to a center point that's predetermined. Mm-hmm. And if you're outside of that circle, you have a few minutes to get inside or else you die. So it's the craze right now for online
It's just
gaming.
a rush, man. It's a real rush. The second that, when you land and you don't know who's around you, or you see 3 other people land on the same roof as you, whoever can get to that gun first is basically who's going to survive those 3, right?
Okay. I'll check it out.
And while we're talking about video games, we got to set up a day where I play Smythe in NHL. This has got to happen eventually.
You know the funny thing?
I've been telling Smythe about this.
I have NHL here right now, but Wells doesn't want to play today.
Ooh, I'll play you anytime.
You see?
I will play. I can play anytime. I don't care if it's Xbox.
I told him we can do this.
I don't care if
set
it's
up a YouTube,
N64.
We're gonna do it online. We're gonna do it
online.
podcast on Mixer. And
play it on the team.
The kind of
live.
beatdown that would happen.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
I was challenged before by Mr. Oakley.
That's Corey Oakley. That guy gets dusted on easy mode. That guy gets dusted on easy mode.
Remember that
in
two
NBA?
games?
Yeah.
It was 40-10
in like the first quarter.
Oh man! Yes, we will have a day, a Madden, that, and 2K.
Madden, no, I suck at Madden.
You know what? It's good you admit defeat before we even start. I
NHL,
appreciate that.
NHL, we can do. Unless you want to do like Madden, we'll do MLB The Show. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, now you want to play him in the show? You want to play him in the show, though?
Here's the thing: I'll play. I won't win, but I'll come close.
There you go. At least you're gonna give it a shot. I've had bad luck with Madden. I just feel like everyone just doesn't play action pass, and
that's the thing.
And
play action pass. That's it.
You can't do anything.
What do you mean you can't do? You just sack the quarterback like a grown up.
Depends on who you are.
This is true.
So, I've been in full like Oscar mode, just downloading movies and just watching it since. Then I watched Get Out last week. Very good movie. I was sick, so I was like late up, so I was just watching a bunch of movies. Very good movie. And at the same time, I also watched Bright right after.
You did.
That's not an Oscar movie.
That was.
My goodness.
That was.
Boy, did they miss.
You can't watch a critically acclaimed and then go back and anyway.
There was a good movie in there, and they just
you know what there were
missed.
There were
they
like
missed.
moments I enjoyed of that movie. I thought like the villains were pretty cool. I thought it was a good concept to have like.
Oh, it's a very good concept.
It's just there were
missed.
some really dumb things that happened in that movie.
The
Smith's done.
The whole orc thing was just it
Orcs
wasn't good.
are the black dudes.
No, but it's the way they did it. They missed completely. Because the way black people are supposed to be oppressed in this country in today's culture is that wasn't their choice. Orcs chose to be the bad guys 2,000 years ago because they chose the wrong side, and that's why people hate them. So you basically just kind of
Spoiler alert for
spoiler, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it was a mix. So it was a mix between here's the thing.
It was just done very bad.
The orcs were mixed between like Nazis, and then they looked like black dudes, and then their music was like heavy metal.
You don't feel bad for Nazis, right? Because they chose to be Nazis, right?
That's the whole concept of the whole thing.
No, but they're supposed to be black.
Yeah, but no, they're not. So here's the thing: we say black because they dress like they were black.
But that was the whole thing.
I didn't get that vibe.
What? They were all
If
in
anything,
like.
they looked like they were like Latino.
No, they're all black.
Yeah,
They were supposed to be black people.
But then
they mentioned affirmative
But
action.
all the actors that played them were white.
Yeah, whatever. But they mentioned affirmative action. They mentioned
Are you saying that was a metaphor for like
yeah,
for blacks, but they completely missed.
Yeah, the concept of orcs were they were on the wrong side of everything. So like
It was supposed to be a metaphor.
There was a war. They chose the side that got shunned, right? Nazis. Okay. Then
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. The metaphor wasn't Nazis.
that was the first metaphor. It's the same concept.
No,
of course it was.
No. It was
anyway.
The whole thing was about black. Okay.
No, well, the second metaphor is blacks. It's the same thing. It's oppression.
So then
based
they
on-
completely mixed. So they mixed up. So what you're saying
Why
is,
do you guys think that this is like? Why do you actually believe that this is the
yes,
case?
they
Yes.
begged you to think that.
Why?
They
Who's they?
missed.
Who's they?
Who actually wrote
The movie
white
was
guy.
creative.
The
A white
movie-
guy made the movie.
Yes, and they're begging you to make the correlation.
But
They're
they don't.
begging you to.
They're not saying they are like black people. They're saying they want you to understand that they're the ones that are being oppressed. What they
which is an allergy for black people.
right. No, but it's no. They just wanted you to feel like they're oppressed. They didn't want to relate it to a certain people, but they gave you 3 separate
But they
instances of
begged you
oppression.
to say it was
Yes,
blacks.
right. So they use like Jim Crow. They use all that stuff in
Yes.
it. But then the war from 2,000 years ago is just like World War II, where the Nazis
but
became
Now, do you see where they missed?
Yeah, well, obviously. And then they also come back. If you look at their music,
was
heavy
horrible.
metal music,
was horrible.
also oppressed. People that like heavy metal music are always shunned, right? So it's all 3 things.
It was so
it's
bad.
3 different sections.
Even when the kid ran to the alley and he's like, "Oh, I let him go because he was a orc wearing a hoodie." You think cops would let him go? They begged you to make that
They
correlation.
wanted
between
you
black-
right there.
They're like,
Yeah.
yes, these are black people.
Yeah, that
And
was
they
the
missed-
base level.
they
Yeah,
missed
exactly.
Completely. It was just so bad.
They gave
Don't
you
watch it.
everything for you to understand who they were. So you don't miss that metaphoric part of this movie, right?
And then black people, I guess, aren't hated anymore because we all hate
Well,
orcs
humans
now.
are humans now, right?
Yeah, I guess because
And the elves are the rich white folks. right?
It was just a mess. It was a mess.
The
So who are the fairies then?
fairies are like
White people.
no,
The elves.
the fairies were like
Sorry.
flies.
Oh, sorry, fairies.
Remember he
Oh,
killed the
yeah,
fairy?
yeah.
It was,
Sorry,
it was like he was like outside the house. They're like flies that were bugging.
yeah.
But the elves are like rich white folk, basically.
Yes.
I got that.
Yes. It was just all done very poorly.
I appreciate what they
I
tried.
thought there was like some good moments.
There's a good concept.
There's
a
actually
very
like
good
there was
concept
like
in
really well done action scenes. But again, this is the same dude who made Suicide Squad.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
So
So what could
there's
you expect,
that.
really?
But you know what? What if they had like a
They greenlit number 2 though.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
Maybe they'll fix
well,
it. Maybe they'll
it was
clean
also
up.
very successful because
Everyone watched it.
From what I heard, there was 11 million viewers.
yeah,
over
but
the
like
weekend.
so
No, but that's the new currency, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
viewership and subscribers. That's what you want.
yeah. Well, not but like, what if they did like a 10-episode series? Could they have explained the story better?
That would be.
They could have flushed it out a little more.
Yeah.
I thought that
That's done by.
It seemed like that would have been a better concept.
Yeah.
Because you could have expanded a lot of the characters more, right? Like the elves, I wish I knew more about those villains.
Yeah, like how the hell? Like I don't understand how the elves managed to be the kings of the world, and
Well, maybe we'll find out more in
yeah.
the sequel.
And again, maybe they'll flush it out more.
There's a
in the sequel.
prequel too. There's a prequel piece that they did. That's already
See,
out.
okay. You see, that's how you know when you made a bad movie. When
You
have to
gotta
come up with
explain
something- you come up with something else to explain your movie. You made a bad movie. Anyway,
You like Get Out?
yes, I love Get Out. Get Out was really good. Yes. I won't spoil that one, but yes.
No,
really
spoil it. Because, man,
yeah,
people have seen it
if you
already.
haven't seen it by now, it's too late.
good. Spoiler. Well, the sunken. Oh, everything was just such a good idea because
The funniest part, I mean, they call it a comedy. I don't think it was that
it wasn't
funny.
It wasn't a comedy.
But the funniest part is when, kind of near the end, when she's like sitting in her bedroom, like eating the Fruit Loops, like and dipping it in the milk, and then she was looking at NCAA play.
Looking for the next victim.
I was laughing so hard at that part. And his buddy, the TSA agent, was pretty funny. But
When
Yeah,
did,
that
when
was
did you
pretty-
figure it out?
figure what out?
Figure what out?
The twist in the movie
What's the twist?
that the black guy's really the grandpa.
Oh, they
Well,
kind
that
of
wasn't really the twist. It was the twist is what they were doing to the black people.
Yeah.
that was the twist.
Well, the twist, the black guy's the grandpa, and how they did it, obviously. But like, when did you find out? Like, what was the part where you're like,
To be honest, I already
shit?
knew.
Huh?
I already knew. That part
Oh,
I knew.
before-
But yeah, that part I already knew.
You said you didn't know anything about the movie.
I tried not to, but somebody one of my podcasts ruined it for me, and I caught it too late. And that part I understood. It just still didn't ruin the movie for me.
No.
Maybe it would have been a bigger shock when I saw it, but it still didn't ruin the movie for me.
I mean, it plays like any horror movie ever played, which is the best part about it, I
Hopefully it was
thought.
scary.
No, it's
No,
not
it
scary,
wasn't
but like
scary.
it played like any slasher flick, which
but
I
it-
was like, I
It's
appreciate.
more like realistic scary, as in like these people are like messed up.
Yeah.
Like this is really
But it
twisted.
plays into that whole like even the world now that people are being quote unquote culture vultures of the black culture
Community.
and black community.
It's definitely
that's what
very,
plays on. Yeah,
very deep. Like there's a lot of layers to the movie.
Yeah.
And man, the performance is really good too.
Oh,
from
yeah.
everyone. Even like the chick who played, I guess would be the grandmother.
Yeah.
Like she had like a few scenes.
yes,
But
yeah.
like the
She's
part where she was like
scary.
interrogating him about like the cell phone
Yeah,
charger.
yeah.
That was a
And
wicked scene.
Yeah.
Sure, that tear rolled down her eyes. It's
Yeah.
like,
Such a good scene.
when Grandpa ran fast,
Yeah.
I was like, that's Grandpa. That's what they're doing. I right away I was like, that's what they're doing.
it was a good movie. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
I enjoyed it. Sports?
Maybe we
yeah,
should probably talk
sports,
about sports. Oh yeah, we have a sports podcast.
This is a sports. Okay.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. Eh?
I guess
Forgot
I gotta
about
take
that.
off.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Last week, some great games last week.
Oh my god.
There
This-
was
no.
one bad game.
That wasn't bad. It was just the way it was supposed to happen.
The Patriots game.
Yeah.
Patriots game.
Well, according to you guys, no.
You know what?
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. So we'll go. So we'll start with the obvious game, the last game. Everyone saw. Everyone's standing up in their seats. Saints at the Vikings. Vikings 29, Saints 24. What do you guys want to talk about this game?
You know what? Let's start at the beginning. The Vikings had this game under control. They were
Oh, yeah,
playing
first
great
half.
football.
Yeah, that was brutal.
They were all over it, and like the defense was, everyone was doing their jobs, completely controlling the game exactly how they're supposed to.
We
They're
were texting back and forth like, "Yo, these are the most complete team
yeah,
in the."
They
playoffs
look
right now.
dominant.
Yes.
They look
they
really
they
dominant.
really
at the
looked like
start.
they knew what they were doing.
And then they just fell apart. I don't think this was the best game of the week, but obviously for what happened at the end, it was the biggest drama. One of the best sports ones we'll ever notice, like we'll ever see.
Yeah,
Drew Brees again.
The thing about Drew Brees is, and they stifled him early, and stifle is a key word. They just had him.
Man, he couldn't pass the ball for the first quarter.
And he turned it around. I don't know what he found out, but he eventually just started slinging it because the running game wasn't helping him.
Nope.
Well, when you're that good, you figure out defenses, right? Like you adjust.
And I to be honest, I couldn't pinpoint what Minnesota was doing that was stifling him early because he came out slinging in the second half.
Yeah,
and it looked almost too easy. I guess turnovers.
It's like he figured something out.
Yeah,
and he's like, okay, we're gonna exploit it.
And here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in the second half, it came out.
Yeah,
that was it. Scored a touchdown in the third quarter, and 17 points in the 14th quarter.
Yeah, that was.
Just I was screaming at TV. I'm like, come on, guys, come on. And then it happened. What was it? The last 10 minutes?
Well, there's like fantastic. It was like field goal, left field goal, right. It was
the last like 4 minutes.
There was just so much fight. These teams were fighting to win like so hard, and unfortunately, it came down to
here's the thing: is Minnesota has had such bad luck in the playoffs when it comes to field goals.
They were talking about how many times they've lost.
Blair Walsh, most recent. And when they hit that field goal with a minute left, like a minute 10 left, I was like, that's too much time you left for Breeze.
Yeah, yes. that's the right. You tweeted that exactly, and I was just like, he ain't that good. Is he that good?
Yeah,
he was that good.
Then, I mean, they come back and they do what we thought they were going to do, and they got a field goal with 30 seconds left?
30 seconds left.
And then
I was like, it's over. It's over.
I didn't think it was over. I was like, there's still a chance they can get, to like the 40-yard
field goal range.
How much time was left, though? How much time
was
left?
There was like, I don't know.
The last throw was made with 10 seconds left.
Yeah, so there was like 30 seconds left when they got the ball.
Yeah. And
throwing down the field.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just...
And then there was a play.
Mm-hmm. There was the play.
There was a play, man. And
is that a career-defining play for that young man?
Well, this is his
he's
first
rookie.
Year?
Yeah,
first year.
Who?
The free safety that screwed up there.
Oh, yeah, but did he screw up?
Mike, yeah.
He went under. Screw up?
He completely screwed
up.
Well,
I don't know, man, because I think he got to Diggs too early, and he let up because you may have thought he was gonna crown him or get a defenseless receiver penalty, which is, if you look at the replay, you look at that, right? And we all texted each other when Diggs caught that, and I'm like, go out of bounds, man.
Yeah. Get a basket field goal.
I didn't know that he beat. That was the last guy. I looked
and I was like, wait, there's nobody else there.
That was my first thought when he caught the ball. I was like, go to bounds.
Yeah.
Go to bounds.
Now, when you're the safety, like in that situation, as we know, if he just wraps him up and tackles him, they can't get back to the line fast to spike the ball. Mm-hmm. Right? The play launched 10 seconds.
No, that would have been the game. But that's what I'm saying is, I think he anticipated it. Well, obviously, they was going to throw it to him, right?
Yeah.
It was a great pass because he had to go up and get it. But I think he just got to him way too early, timed it wrong. And, yeah, I mean, as they say, the rest is history.
Well, he went to tackle him without looking at him, right?
Marcus Williamson.
Mistake one, you especially if you just got to bring a guy down, make eye contact. He ducked his head. Step two, totally misses.
Yeah.
Step three, if he just wraps him up and falls down, there's not enough time for anything else to happen.
Out of the way, though?
It looked like...
That's what I'm saying. I think he avoided hitting him because I think he got there too early, and he was going to hit him at that point he got there. But again, it would have been a pass interference, or it would have been hitting a defenseless receiver. So I think that's his. I think he just got there too early.
Marcus Williams.
I don't know. Anyway, I think he was going for a big hit. He wanted the guy. He wanted to make him drop the ball.
Like he was going to hit him. Like he went underneath, and then he was good.
Well, maybe he wasn't expecting him to jump. So when he jumps, he ducks his head to make a hit. So the guys will catch the ball, and he missed. Like all you had to do is tackle him. You could let him catch it.
That's all you had to do. Don't let him get in front. Don't let him get behind you.
Yeah,
that's all you had to do. Don't let him get behind you.
Well, he didn't.
Even if he landed, you could still get a chance to get him.
You just tackle him. That's all. And if that was in his head, then that game's over. Which is where it drives me. I was like, unbelievable.
And that was a play above plays. What
Sean Payton's like, that hurt.
What were you guys doing when that happened?
I was watching. I watched it live.
I watched that. I let it a few expletives. I was just amazed. I was amazed that at that moment in that game that's what happened.
One of the best plays in NFL playoff.
Worst plays in NFL playoffs.
I mean,
You can go either way. You can go either way. I was just thinking I never thought the way I thought it was Keenum threw an excellent pass.
Yes.
And they scored a touchdown. That was my first thought. And then afterwards, the national broadcast and everything like that, they were saying, "Oh, that kid made a mistake. That was a huge mistake." Blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess he did."
I guess he screwed up.
But I never looked at it.
That's what I thought right away.
I think there's a
was like,
combination
"What is he
of two
doing?"
things.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, that throw was placed in a certain place that only he could get. Diggs is a big guy, right? He's got hops. So that's the play you want to make. I'm sure that's what they wanted to do, and he was going to go out of bounds, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that was the play.
That's exactly what
but
the play
as soon
was.
as he olayed him, right? Like, he's like, I'm out.
Peace.
Hit the walk-off.
The 5 minutes after he scores the touchdown, Diggs' body was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
They couldn't even get the field goal.
Because like
They couldn't even get the
Everyone
actual
ran
point.
on
the tunnel is right there,
Yeah.
right? So my
Saints
favorite
ran out.
part, if you watch the replay, is when he gets in the end zone, takes off his helmet, and Jose Batista's it into the just throws him
Yeah.
to the. And you see the ref is like throws the flag on him. I'm like, yeah, you can do that.
It
That was
so
one of the
good.
most. That was one of the biggest gambling moments of ever because if they
Did you know the
scored a
spread?
few- Yeah, they got it.
Oh Lord,
I
have
don't
mercy.
understand because I got the game at 4.5, so I had it covered.
Was that early?
regardless. No, I got it right before the game.
Oh, okay.
But I think a lot of people had it.
Well, it's only 5.5 all week.
Which is weird because I got it at 4.5, so but I got it about I don't know. Actually, sorry, I got it at before the Steelers Jags game. I got it.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, right before
So around
the
like
game.
1:00, I got it at 4.5.
So apparently millions of dollars were lost because
No,
they
still
did
kicked
not kick that field
No,
goal.
they kicked it.
No, they didn't kick
No,
it.
it was
They need,
millions of dollars were won by
Won.
Vegas because
they need it.
Vegas came out on the better end of that because a lot of more people had money on Minnesota.
Yeah,
than the
millions of
Saints.
dollars were lost by people. That's what I'm saying. Because they need that final on
Oh, I
the
see what
2
you're
yard
saying.
line.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
kicking
yeah,
the field
yeah,
goal
yeah.
to win by. And I was like,
No, but they kicked. They kicked the field.
no, they didn't. They need it. They need it
No,
out.
they didn't. They need it.
Yeah, they need it. So
Oh,
they
they
won by
need it.
5. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't kick
Yeah.
it. Oh, I thought they all came out and kicked it.
Because
Anyway,
no, it should
sorry.
have been 30. They all came out.
Yeah, I saw some videos of people in Vegas kick the kick the field goal. Or kick the extra point. What are you doing?
And if
Like,
you want,
see, the sports books.
if you want to start a rivalry for the end of time, they should have snapped it and went for 2.
Oh,
if you wanted to start a rivalry.
They were saying that New Orleans could have just taken the ball and gone into the field or whatever if Minnesota didn't come out.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way.
So there's
Amazing
other games
game.
as well. Yeah.
Amazing game.
Right?
But anyway, the talk of the town is Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a free agent.
So
We'll be talking about that. We got 3 other games to talk about.
yeah,
I guess, okay.
he's just gonna
I'm
sign
not- I'm
back and he's
just-
gonna
all
keep
right,
playing.
all right.
I don't
We'll say.
know.
We'll
He's
say.
not going to go anywhere.
He's not, yeah, there was no question happening here. He'll be fine.
He's 30. How old is he?
39 now.
Right? Yes. He's gonna get multiple years. No. Would you give him multiple years or just year by
Sure.
year? Sure.
Well, you give him guaranteed money for 1 year, and then if he wants to play another one, you give him more.
Yeah, that's it. And then they're gonna draft his replacement this year. There's no question about that. And then
Yeah, because this is probably one of the best all around teams he's
yeah,
had.
they don't get Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he's got guys like Kamara and Ingram that are still in the team. I'm sure he wants to stick around with them. Michael Thomas,
I think the Saints have 2 more winning years until he just stops. Peyton Manning died at what? 40,
38.
but 2 neck surgeries.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
Drew Brees is relatively healthy.
I think Drew Brees has another 2-3 years in him until he,
Probably 2 years. No quarterback goes after 40 unless they're Tom Brady.
well, Tom,
He didn't show
Even
any
Tom
rust.
Brady. Even Tom Brady's.
they didn't want him to go over 40.
Yeah, he might not go. He might not make it either.
He may not even make this week, but we'll get to that.
Anyway, so next game, I didn't get to see this game because I was at work. But Jags 45, Steelers 42. Well, let's take it away. Me and Smyther is
Right.
gonna go walk
That's
away.
a tough one, man. It is a tough one. I mean, we talked about it before. We all knew that the Jags won in Week 5.
Yep.
And this one was tough, man, because we had all of our bodies healthy. We just came out flat, down 21-0 in the first quarter. I knew we had the ability to come back, and we did. We came back, and we were there the whole time, but we just couldn't stop them for some reason, man.
I just realized now he was using we.
I saw
I just realized
from the
that
very
was
beginning.
it,
I'm
we.
just like, man, this must hurt. This must hurt bad. He said we.
I was very upset. very upset by this game.
This was a game that got broken open as soon as these two teams realized that they're not giving up anything small. Because Pittsburgh scored 4 touchdowns over 30 yards. Am I right, Wells?
Every touchdown that Pittsburgh got was wow. Like they were like highlight reel touchdowns.
Right? They looked and they were like, hey,
Fourth
man.
and 12, and you're airing it out for Brown, and he makes a ridiculous one-handed catch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every touchdown was hard-earned, because you got to against this team.
Bell caught a 30-yarder. Bryant caught a 30-yarder.
Brown got 2.
It was just, it was
a Jags defense, and mixed with the Jags on the ground, because right away in the first quarter they scored 14. It was 14-0.
Yeah, Fournette, but Fournette didn't have a good game. They just had the ball.
3
so much.
touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but like
over 100
3 touchdowns.
yards.
Yeah, no.
Here it was 2. Fournette was awesome for the first half. At the end of the first half, he got hurt, and his ankle flared up or something. So he was kind of quiet in the second half. I know he got a touchdown in the second half, but he was. They did something in the second half to stop him. I'm sure it was something to do with his ankle, but he was definitely a different player from the second half than he was in the first half.
Hey, well, here's like first of all,
I don't know how you say he didn't do anything.
He was
over
their
100
offense.
yards.
He
he
was their
went.
offense.
He went 4 times on the 1-yard line and got on the 4th try, the first touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
He breaks a 12-yard on the second touchdown. You're up by 21 points. You're gonna get the ball a lot. Like it wasn't like he was a spectacular person that shunned the whole Pittsburgh defense. You're just up a lot, so he's going to run the ball more.
But
and
he was their offense. He was the only one scoring touchdowns.
He got all of his yards in the first half.
Don't disrespect Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles
Look, man,
killed the Steelers last
Blake Bortles
week.
is one
Killed the
but,
Steelers.
you guys were slandering Blake Bortles last week.
Not Smythe.
No, Smythe was too. He's like, I don't think they should keep him or whatever.
No, I didn't say that. No, I opened the poll and I said, why not? If you're winning, you keep your quarterback. Now...
214 yards, 1 touchdown, 12 for 24, I think it was.
But you know what the key part there was?
What?
0 turnovers.
0 turnovers.
Then that's
What he does. That's what he
the
does.
story. That's it.
That's what he does.
It wasn't what he used to be. He's
No.
now turned into Alex Smith.
No.
On this team, yes. He has.
Yes, 'cause
Trent-
that's all he has to do.
Trent Dilfer.
No, he's turned into a game manager, which we always talk about.
Trent.
But he was smart. He was very smart with the ball, and because they established that run early on, they could make those. They could do their play
Well,
actions
their
much better.
first possession was 3 play action passes.
I know, but Wells, he can't really say he won the game.
Who?
He didn't
Bortles?
Why? He didn't lose the game.
He didn't lose the game, but he didn't win the game. It wasn't
Why?
him.
He was the game manager.
I guess. He didn't win the game. To me, he didn't win the game. It
Who
was
won the
Fournette.
game?
It was Fournette.
No, it was a team effort.
And their defense. It was Fournette and defense.
Well, how'd they get to the 1-yard line, the 3-yard line?
Yeah. 3 play action
for
passes in a row.
For Fournette to
Now,
drive in.
first of all, Bortles threw passes to 9 different receivers that game.
Yeah.
They also put up 45. One by the defense. So the defense scores a touchdown. They put up 30
38.
by the offense. That's a good game. And the defense didn't play well because Roethlisberger roasted them for 5 touchdowns.
Yep.
469 yards in the air.
Ben was fine.
They roasted them.
Ben was bad.
And Ben, after that loss, said he's coming back to play 2-3 more years. Remember that time after the first game, he said he might retire, he doesn't have it anymore?
Yeah, well, he was saying that in jest.
He felt awesome after this game.
How about that onside kick, though?
It's horrible.
I don't understand why they did it. I don't understand why they did it. It made no sense for them to do that.
You got to do something.
No, but like they still had 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning,
Yep.
so they could have stopped them, and they could have got the ball back with good position, and they could have kicked a field goal to tie it. I don't know why they did that brutal onside kick. It was terribly executed, and that's what cost them.
Well,
Yep.
Because they were only down. Sorry, they were down by 7 at that
giving
point.
up 45 points probably cost you too. But
Well,
Well, they're only down by 7.
At that
They're only
point,
down by 1
they were
score.
only
down
you
by
know what?
7,
It's
so.
there had to be a shock in there that like, hey man, these guys are running points up on us like they're us, and the Steelers, right?
But they wanted the ball back, I guess. Like, Tomlin probably wanted the ball back, and that's
Yeah.
why he did it. But it was just, at that
but
point,
there
I
was
don't
still
know.
2 minutes 38 seconds or whatever.
The
left.
Steelers are notorious for ridiculous plays in the crunch, though.
Anyways, they got Todd Haley for some reason was the casualty of all this.
Oh, somebody got to go, right? That's the way it goes.
They put up
That's-
42 points against the second best defense in
I
the
know.
NFL, and
But that's the way the NFL goes. Like, okay, let's fire a coordinator. Like, really? He was the reason you guys. He's the reason.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
But again, talking to national media, Tomlin should Tomlin fall on the sword? Should they get rid of Tomlin? Should they fire Tomlin Smythe?
Why? What did he do wrong?
Well, he hasn't won. They haven't won a Super Bowl in 10 years.
But what did he do wrong?
They
What-
haven't won a Super
It hasn't
Bowl
been
in
10 years, has it?
Yeah.
The onside kick was the big mistake they made.
Yeah.
If a guy gets you in the
Well, don't you
playoffs
think?
every year,
Well, don't you think this team should at least get to like a Super Bowl or win
No.
a Super Bowl
No.
in the last 10
No.
years
No.
with all that high-powered offense?
They
No.
were in the AFC Championship last year.
Yep. Yeah, they were.
they're a good team.
They were.
They're a good team, but they're beatable. I told you they can spontaneously combust. I don't know if we'll call that combustion, but I will call that
Well, a lot of people were pointing to that they were looking ahead because a lot of Steelers
Yeah.
players were like talking about
the
playing
Patriots.
Le'Veon
the
Bell.
Patriots. Le'Veon Bell was talking about that. Le'Veon Bell saying he'd retire if he doesn't get a contract,
Yeah.
if they franchise tag him and stuff like that. A lot of quote unquote, I hate this word, distractions,
Well,
whatever
yeah.
that means.
I mean, I picked the Steelers to win because they should have, but I also said don't be surprised when Jacksonville they beat them before, and B
Hey, like
They don't get the ball.
Jacksonville's a 3 seed for a reason, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like this is a. I know it sucks that they lost at home, but I don't think Tallman should lose his job over this. This
No,
is kind of
no,
like a
yeah,
heat
I
of
don't
the
think so
moment
either.
sort of thing where people are pissed off, but people in a month people will be like, "Cool, we'll cool down."
let's do it again next year.
Let's
I
do it
mean,
again.
every team that loses, people call for the coach. to
Everyone's
fire.
going to be there
It's just
again
one of
next
those.
year. It's going to be 1 year with. It's just no. They're not going to fire him. He shouldn't get fired.
No, I don't think you should.
Is there anywhere they could even get better? I don't think
defense
so. Can they?
and secondary?
Yeah,
But
maybe the
it's-
defensive coordinator
yeah.
should go.
Yeah, the secondary is not that great, but
Well, the best
Yeah,
defense in the
that's
league got
been good.
roasted for 42 in this game too, right? It's
Yeah.
just one of those abnormalities, I guess. I chalk it up to that.
next game on the docket: Eagles 15, Falcons 10.
Shocker.
Is it?
I thought so. The fact that the Falcons only put up 10 points.
I think you don't give credit to the fourth best defense in the league. That's really what I think it comes down to. They're a good defense.
But the Falcons only getting 10 points.
Yeah, man. They're a good defense. We know what the Eagles are going to do. The Eagles bring pressure up the middle. No matter how good a quarterback you are, if the pressure comes this way towards you, it's hard to make throws. Also,
But the best defense in the league gave up 42 points.
Second best.
but
defense.
the best defense in the league was in a
best
different situation.
Minnesota.
Or are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Statistically.
Jaguars and Minnesota.
But I
okay.
take the Jaguars from Minnesota. any
Jaguars
day.
had the most points.
Yeah, the Jaguars
okay.
score. Right. I take that over stopping guys. But the Eagles, like, their corners play tight and they jump routes inside. So it's hard for you to make that throw. You can't throw those slants. Double moves they're susceptible, but you don't have time for double moves. Because the pressure comes up the middle. Because Fat Man Cox and Fat Man Jurgen, right? They just fucking rumble. And it's hard. And the running, it's hard to run. Because, again, that middle's clogged. The linebackers are fast. It's a tough day when you got to play Philly unless you can find time. And that
wasn't-
offensive line for the Falcons couldn't find time.
It wasn't a crazy scoring game either.
No.
Like one touchdown a piece. One
Basic,
Eagles scored one touchdown.
Yeah,
Falcons
the
scored
Eagles
one
got Nick
touchdown.
Foles, though. What do you want from the guys? What do you want from them? But I will
Everyone
say,
everyone doubted Nick Foles.
yeah, well,
Well, what did he do?
he only scored 15, so it's not like he played a great game.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything.
No. Jai, 15 carries, 54 yards. Alshon Jeffrey actually played his best game as the Eagle.
Blunt paid well.
To me,
I guess it went down to that last play when Julio Jones basically slipped in the end zone. Because I saw it as soon as he went out. I'm like, Julio Jones up top. I pointed out. I'm like, look up top. Julio Jones slipped. And then Matt Ryan was looking for him. He even ran towards him.
He threw it.
Still looked
He
for
threw
him
it.
and threw it and just
threw it.
overthrew him.
well, here's the thing. He had both hands on the ball.
Yeah, I don't think he overthrew him.
If you're a superstar in this league and both hands on the ball, the rule is you should catch it.
I don't think he had two hands.
I
on
think
the
he
ball. I think it went right
yeah,
over his
it
hands.
went through his hands.
Yeah,
They go through his
that's two
hands?
hands on the ball.
Yeah.
Now, Twitter calls it a Julio Jones drop and not a bad pass.
He should have had that.
72%.
Could have had it. Well, he slipped. He fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fell.
72%
No, he
of-
timed it wrong when he jumped.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen. But he's Julio Jones. Anyway, people think that Julio dropped the ball.
Hey, you know what? Don't put yourself in that position in the first place.
What do you
That's
mean?
not fair.
Oh, you mean as a team?
Yeah.
You know he's talking about his team.
That's not.
There's no reason. There's no reason. I don't know. And maybe this goes back to Shanahan and the offense of the Falcons not being the same. But
Shanahan.
sorry,
Sarkisian?
Sarkisian. And the offense of them not being the same.
Shanahan was last year.
That's what. Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Shanahan. Sorry, because Shanahan's now on the 49ers, coaching the 49ers. yeah, maybe it's not being them, and the offense has not looked the same all year.
But they looked pretty good the last couple weeks.
They did, but
We all thought they were clicking.
when it actually came down to it,
I mean,
No-
at the end of the day, the 6 seed's at the 1 seed, right? And
but that was
They
the
were the
biggest
favorite.
That was
They
their
were
biggest-
favored.
Yeah, but that was their biggest change. That was the biggest change from last year.
yeah,
The offensive coordinator, right? So
the offense
was
isn't
no-
the same. It's not as good.
no, it's not the same because Shanahan's not there.
No,
It's not the same at all.
But what's Shanahan famous for, though?
Offense.
No, but what does he do a lot?
What?
Backs in the flats. If it's not open, you throw to the back in the
Yeah.
flat and pick up your 4 or 5 yard, right?
Maybe it's as simple as that. And they just prove it because they couldn't score at all.
Couldn't get it going. Well, yeah, I don't know. I just, it's a tough time in Philly, especially if you're a sit back in the pocket quarterback, just because the pressure is coming at you at all times. You're at any time, some fat 300-pound guy can drop you. Yeah. It's not a good time.
And the last game, Patriots 35, Titans 14.
Yeah.
Anything to speak about this?
No.
There was like a glimmer of hope
In the first
that this may have been
Not a
okay
14-point game.
Yeah, maybe it would have been close, but
You know what I think happens? I think teams sometimes are like, oh, well, they're the Patriots. And
they
like,
get
they just
intimidated?
roll over.
It's getting completely
I
intimidating.
think it happens,
happens.
all the
I
time.
think it happens.
Because it's okay to lose to the Patriots. Do you know what I mean? There's never a time when someone's like, hey, you guys should not have lost this game. Doesn't matter what team you are. If the Patriots come and roll you over, or you go to Foxborough and get stomped on, no one's going to say anything. Who got fired in Tennessee?
no, he didn't get
The coach.
fired. They mutually resigned.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He
The coach
walked
got fired,
away.
yeah.
They were trying to pay him more, and he walked away. Losing to the Patriots doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't hurt your credibility. Doesn't. It's just, it's the Patriots.
I always get weary when I see coaches voluntarily walk away. I think they see something that we don't.
Yeah.
Remember when Patrick Wall walked away from the Colorado Avalanche?
Yep.
And all of a sudden they just went in the tank. It's like, yeah, I see something that you guys don't. This team's not going to be good.
You know what?
And he might see the Titans. Yeah, this team's not good.
They're not going to do. Well, they just said there is this misdirection on the direction of the team. And it's probably just one basic decision.
Yep. So that's about it. Nothing else on that game?
No.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
All right. So,
So everyone's sick but me.
pardon
All
me?
right.
Yeah, everyone's sick but me.
Yeah, I'm, still getting
I'm
over
all
it.
right.
You were coughing, though.
I may have had a tickle in my throat.
Smoker's cough.
I don't even smoke.
That's the point.
I've never even taken a puff of a cigarette in my life. I take pride in that.
Tobacco, though. That's a different story.
But I'm not smoking.
All right. So last week in the divisional round, Smythe went 2-4. Wells went 2-4. I went 2-4.
All right.
So in the whole playoffs, oh wait, I wrote that down wrong. So in the whole playoffs,
You wrote down him being the
no,
lead.
yeah, sorry. Smythe is 3 of 8. I'm 4 of 8, and Wells is 5 of 8. All right, moving on to the conference finals. The conference finals. So we're gonna start with the AFC championship game. And do I have to ask you, Smythe, who do you got?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that hard.
You know what? I'm going to go Saxonville.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow. Who do you got, Wells?
You gonna elaborate on that?
No, I want to know who you got because this is very fascinating. to me.
I got Jacksonville as well.
I thought I was going to be the only one. I honest to God wrote this down. I was like, these guys are no way they're going to not pick the Patriots.
This is it, man.
Everyone's picking Jacksonville.
Defense wins championships.
Everyone is picking. This is fast. I think this is the first time on record
That everyone picks Patriots?
that I've
one picks
gone
Patriots?
against the Patriots.
Oh.
Ever. I've always picked Patriots. Because
There's no point in going
there's
against
two
them.
things in sports, boys and girls, that you do. You pick against the Browns, and you pick for the Patriots,
Patriots.
and you'll be golden every single time. Since I started with you, Smythe, how about you elaborate? What do you see in the Jags that?
Here's the only thing I actually see is New England's defense is not ready for a straightforward attack. There's only 60 minutes in the game, and Tom Brady is going to be under constant fear of pressure, turnovers, everything else. As
Jags
great
are-
as he is,
Jags are good up the middle. That's,
Right.
That's what Tom Brady's weakness is.
yeah,
pretty much.
right. Well, no one's good up the middle as a quarterback. If there's pressure in front of you, you can't play well.
Yeah.
So Jax will put pressure everywhere, A, but
Well, especially if you're not a mobile quarterback
right,
like Tom Brady.
B, like Tom Brady dropped back 53 times last week. Okay, and that's not ideal for anyone to do. And last week Pittsburgh beat Jacksonville deep 4 or 5 times. How many times? A lot of times. Okay, they don't want to allow that this week. They'll allow the short passes, make quick tackles, but they're not going to let Tom Brady be comfortable in the pocket. And when they get the ball, they know how to run clock and score points. This is the time. I think Jacksonville's a better team all around.
Huh, interesting. Well, so what do you see it the same way?
I mean, you went a bit more in depth than I would have, but I think Jacksonville, I just think they're more hungry. They don't care about anyone who they're playing. They've got, like, Jalen Ramsey is a stud. He is a superstar waiting to happen, following the lines of Sherman and Josh Norman. And even their front, man, like Calais Campbell came over from Arizona, is an absolute beast. And he is going to cause problems for that O-line. I also think, I don't know if you guys have heard about Tom Brady missing practice today.
Yeah,
he smashed his hand on like an offensive lineman or something.
Yep.
And
that lineman's probably fired now.
Well, they can downplay it all they want, but I think that could be an issue. I think this is the time for the Patriots to fold over. And they got their defensive coordinators leaving. He's got a new comfy head coach job in Detroit.
So does the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the
Where's he
coordinators leave all the time.
Yeah.
Patricia's been there for a while.
Yeah.
I think this is it for them, man. I think Patriots might think it's too easy. The spread's 8.5, which is way too much for my liking. That's a really big spread against this team that's so good on defense. And like we're seeing Blake Bortles just, do his thing.
Don't tell me it's Blake Bortles. Please don't tell me it's Blake Bortles. But I will say that it's not Blake Bortles. It's not Blake Bortles. But
it's not Blake Bortles. He's a part of this team.
I know he's a part of the team.
Very sound team.
But he's not going to drop 30 points on them by himself. Like he
doesn't need to. I don't see.
Although religiously throughout the entire year, this team, the Jags, have religiously dropped 30 points. Like they do score.
But your defense causes so many turnovers to get you in good position to score. It's not about Blake Bortles carving people up because he's not going to do that. He tried to do it when he was younger, and it screwed him over.
Yes,
that is not his game anymore.
Carved up them Steelers last week.
He didn't, but like
he did. But he didn't.
It's not about him carving people up. It's about him making the right play. Right? It's play action and passing it to the right guy. It's not turning the ball over, and I think that is just as important when you have such a good defense who can cause turnovers to do that than it is to be a gunslinger.
Well, it's a good defense and a
thing.
Stable offense, right?
If you're a gunslinger and that's all you rely on and you don't have it, you're screwed. If you're a game manager and you just play your game, it's going to work.
Here's the thing. Gunslinging works if you have the talent surrounding you. Jacksonville does not. There's no one to throw to. They have to be open. This is why they run the ball first. They run first down, they throw on second down, play action. They'll run third down if they have to. And right or it's a quick pass to get to the line. Guys are running slants, quick outs. There's nothing crazy going on in Jacksonville on the offensive end, unless it's time to take a shot. And when it's time to statistically take a shot, Blake Bortles takes a shot because that's what you do to keep your defense honest. He plays prototype NFL offense, right? He's not special, and now he's playing like he's not special, but he's playing like he's capable.
I don't know if that's prototype. NFL
of course it's prototype.
I don't know if that's prototype.
If you get more than 5 yards on first down, you play action on second down, right? That's when you go for a shot down the field, right? You run the ball 2-3 times so the defense stacks 8 in the box. Then you run a play action or you make a throw, so they have to commit to that. Now they got to get their guys outside. Now you keep running because you got Fournette, who's born to play this game. If you look at Fournette, he is a running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you saw him in the street, he is a running back in the NFL.
He's born to play,
right? He's born to play football. If you have that, you utilize it, and he uses it to throw the ball. He uses it to play action. He uses it to keep defensive honest, and it's good enough. The defense can carry you to win football games.
I have a theory of why the running back has come back into the NFL because quarterbacks aren't good. That's honestly my theory of why more teams are getting running backs and getting two to play now is because they know their quarterbacks aren't good.
Well,
I just
look
think
at the
for the most
size.
part-
Look at the size of your linebackers in the NFL now.
Yeah.
Right, the linebackers are the size
They're
of,
pretty
of
good, yeah.
cornerbacks.
But now you notice more teams are drafting running backs, and the running back position seems to have come back.
I think people are just utilizing their team more as opposed to relying on like certain players.
to carry them all the way.
Well, you look at the Dallas Cowboys, and you hate Dak Prescott, Wells.
I hate,
How
I hate anyone.
yes,
you look at the Dallas Cowboys.
how
Hate 'em.
good is he when Elliott's there, and how good is he when Elliott's
Yeah,
not
well, he
there?
learned to
He's
play
not
without
even that
Elliott,
good.
though.
He's still not even that
That's
good.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
He learned to play without Elliott, I think. But like, if you look at the NFL, like, remember when San Francisco had those two, Aldrin Smith, and who's the other monster linebacker that retired early? What was his name?
what is this? What is this?
San Francisco linebacker, middle linebacker.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, massive. They're just
Yeah.
huge guys. You can't do anything in the middle. You try to run the ball, there's them and the linemen. You just get steamrolled over.
Yeah.
Linebackers are now the size of cornerbacks. They're just small and they're super fast.
Yeah,
They
which
miss-
we have to be. Yeah,
And now they miss tackles. So the running back is important because anytime they can break a 20, 30-yard run. There's a point where 20, 30-yard rods were foreign in the league.
yeah, because people were throwing the ball, right?
Yeah.
that's what it was. Like
Yeah.
in Aaron Rodgers' day and Tom Brady's, like just the last 10 years, everyone was throwing the ball. Drew
Big
Brees,
guys are too slow to get to it.
Just
Now
throwing
they're
the ball.
fast. Now you got to run it.
don't even bother keeping it on the ground. But anyway, that's my theory. Here, I was thinking I was going to be the only one picking the Jags, boys and girls. I sat in my living room, was like, yeah, these guys are going to pick Jags. It's going to be me. These guys are obviously going to pick
By
the Patriots.
myself. Pick of the
It's gonna
day.
be me.
Pick
And
of the
everyone
day.
picks the Jags. All right, so let's move on to the NFC Championship. Vikings at Eagles. Wells, who do you got?
Vikings.
Of course. What, Smythe, who do you got?
Eagles.
Of course. And do you want to elaborate on that, Wells?
I mean, they got to be the team of destiny now, right?
I think so.
Think about it. That play that happened, the Super Bowl's in Minnesota. How do you stop this team? Like, I talked about this on the Horseplay podcast, but like, how do you stop? How is Philadelphia going to do anything against this defense? Because this defense is much different than the Falcons' defense.
Yes.
Not to take anything away from the Falcons' defense, who are much improved than they have been previously. But like, what is Nick Foles going to do? I know they're going to run the ball. Like, they have the tools to run. Matt Martin just scored a goal. My bad. But like, I can't see Philly doing anything.
Well, they didn't really do anything last week. Really, it was more.
But-
a
and that was
defense
against Atlanta.
Yeah, and that was against Atlanta, and they didn't really do anything anyway. So,
I think Minnesota's going to ride this high.
Keenum seems to be
He's good, man.
he's good. Like people wrote him off, including myself, and Keenum seems to be one of the better quarterbacks out there right now. So
Go ahead with your why you
Smythe.
think the Eagles are going to win.
All right. Well, okay. Remember the first thing I kept saying? How tall is Case Keenum?
I don't know. Tell us.
6 feet. When you don't have space in the middle, you have to roll out.
Okay.
Case Keenum, he loves to roll out and throw the ball to the flats. It works because you are afraid that he's going to throw to Thielen and the other dude out there. The thing about Keenum is Keenum will make a bad throw when under pressure. And I guess it's experience. We saw him throw a pick in New Orleans when New Orleans came. Did you see that pick he threw? Okay.
Yeah.
He was running backwards on his back foot, throws the ball
That
in
was
the air.
a really bad throw.
Okay, out of a panic. And I'm not saying that he's not a good quarterback, so that happens. I'm saying that he's the kind of guy that makes a throw like that. So he's capable of making mistakes. And the Eagles are a team. They become very aggressive. They come at the quarterback and they jump routes. It's going to be very easy for him to make a mistake that will cost him the football. I'm not sure how many mistakes he can make, even with that great defense that win a football game, because Nick Foles is capable and the Eagles' offense is talented. And talent trumps everything. So
Wait.
I take the Eagles.
And the Vikings aren't talented?
The Vikings are talented.
What would the Vikings D? You haven't talked about them.
The Vikings D is great, but if the defense lets up 17, that could be enough, right?
Why would the D?
All I'm saying is 15 was enough to beat the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Falcons, though.
Okay, Minnesota's offense is better than the Falcons.
Yes.
Might be.
Might be, yes. This year.
You know what? You
yes.
said
When you hold the ball longer, you have more time of possession. Good things will happen.
yes, but I think like it's not like Philly has a slouch at defense. Like Minnesota's
No, but now they don't have
one,
their quarterback.
Philly's 4. Nick
I know,
Foles.
okay, You're counting them because Carson Wentz was there. Now they
No,
have
I'm
Foles.
not counting them because Carson Wentz there. I told you guys already. Nick Foles is arguably one of the best quarterbacks Philly's ever had. And he wins.
For that 1 year.
He had 1 year.
1 year.
How many games has he lost? He lost a throwaway game. Other than that, he beat a very good Carolina team.
And where did he get traded
Carolina.
to? Sorry, where did he get traded to? Foles?
Who?
Where was Foles before he
St.
came back to
Louis.
Philly? St.
This is
Louis.
the Jeff
Oh,
Fisher
sorry,
Bowl.
he beat the Rams. Nick Foles beat the Rams.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher Bowl.
A very good Rams team. And all I'm saying is that
Somewhere Jeff Fisher's like, yes, these are all my players. These are all
Case
my
Keenum
players.
and Nick Foles.
all I'm saying is that like
I'm a genius.
Carson Wentz being out is now an afterthought. It's unfortunate, but I don't think that now the number one team's not the number one team because he's not playing.
Who was broadcasting the game last week? Saints in Minnesota? Was it NBC?
Joe Buck.
So it was Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they were afterthought because all I saw was Carson Wentz on my TV screen.
Yeah, Carson Wentz was on the
They
screen.
just kept on showing Carson
Yes.
Wentz. He
Oh,
was
wait.
on TV more than Foles. Was it?
You
Yeah.
just asked me the Saints game.
Oh, sorry. What did it?
The Falcons game
Falcons
was
game,
NBC.
excuse me. NBC. Okay. Yeah.
He was on the TV, but all I'm saying is that like I don't think they are going to lose because he isn't there. That's all I'm saying. That there's no more of that. The second string quarterback can't do it.
So if they do lose, it's not because Foles is there. It's not because they don't have Carson Wentz.
Could
they're,
be.
They're.
But I'm saying
You just said it wasn't. So is
I
or
think their
isn't?
only chance of winning this game would be if Carson Wentz was there.
No, I don't think so.
No, because you just said it wouldn't be their fault if they lost.
I think it's over. I
wouldn't be
think
their fault.
it's over as a point. Like say, oh, but no Carson Wentz. I think Nick Foles is capable. Is he as good? No,
No, not even close.
no, not even close. He's
No,
capable.
Not even close.
What? I don't see where the difference is here.
You don't just replace an MVP caliber quarterback.
But you have a good quarterback replacing it. It's a good quarterback. I've never seen Nick Foles play bad. I'll say it like.
Obviously, you didn't watch him last year.
What do you mean? Last
Actually,
year he
he
didn't.
didn't play.
He
He
wasn't a
didn't
starter.
play.
He was
Yeah,
a
he
backup.
didn't play.
He
Yeah,
wasn't
he
a
didn't
starter.
play
All I'm
last year.
saying is he's not a bad quarterback, and just everyone's being like, "Oh, Nick Foles can't do it." What is he? All he's doing is winning games right now. So we'll see what happens.
Except for that last game.
But yeah, but that last game they were throwing away.
They didn't even get any points that game.
Threw it away. That's fine.
That's fine. He threw it away. That's fine.
They're in the
So
NFC
who do you
Championship
have,
now.
Nash?
The Vikings. I told you Vikings are going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I said that already. And I agree with you guys. I think Keenum's there. I think they're I think they are the best team left in the playoffs. I said that during the wild card round. I think they're the best team left in the playoffs, and yeah.
Remember, they only got to this game at a fluky final play.
Hey, man, but they got there.
Yeah, against probably the
You
second
could say the
best.
same thing for Philly, that the fluky non-cash by Julio Jones also.
No, that was a horrible play.
I
Did you
think-
see Matt Ryan roll out? Did you see
But
it?
he could have had
Did
that.
you
He
watch?
could have had
Did
that.
you watch Matt Ryan?
I think
roll
that
out?
game was the NFC Championship game. I think those two teams are the two best teams left in the NFC.
And I think you were
The
wrong.
Saints. All right.
I think Atlanta could have beat any of those
I thought
teams.
Atlanta would be.
Yeah, would beat any of those teams.
You think Falcons could have beat the Saints?
Yeah.
Who else?
Yes.
Really?
I think the Falcons could
Not
have
after that
beat.
performance.
No,
Not
I
after
agree. I
that
agree. I
performance.
agree.
Not after that
No,
performance.
I mean,
like-
going into that game, I thought they were going to win the NFC, but that's why they play the games, right?
That's it.
That's why they play the games. All right. So the only game we got different is Vikings at Eagles. Seems like the only way.
There's only 2 games.
I know. I guess if we get this correct, the only way I can win this is
The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. But even then, it's gonna be a tie.
A tie would be a moral victory for you.
We were all wondering if you're going to win, but we all know that. I guarantee that would win these playoff picks, and it's going to happen, guys.
All right. Moving on. UFC 220.
Let's go.
Take it away, Wells.
What? Take it away. What do you want me to say?
Who? Excuse me.
Who's fighting? Who's going to win?
Okay, the fact
what do you
that
like?
when you sent out the initial script of this
And I
podcast
left
that
it
wasn't
out.
included offended me greatly.
I can tell because you only mention things about the script, my scripts, when something gets admitted. That
I just don't know why you wouldn't mention it. This is a big fight. Like,
I'll take your word for it, and I will watch
I mean,
it.
you'll take my word for it. You
I
should.
will. It's UFC. Okay, you have to understand this, Wells, and you have to understand this. And I appreciate that you told me and you told us that we will keep it on our radar, 100%.
Keep it on our radar.
100%.
Like
I
this is like
guarantee
we're
that-
monitoring this.
I guarantee you, me and Smythe now will watch this fight. We have to watch this.
I don't
fight.
think you guys will.
I don't think Smythe's going to watch it, but I will definitely watch the fights.
I don't think you guys will.
100%, I'm going to watch it. 100%. But I appreciate it. You tell me, but you have to understand, UFC is low on the totem pole.
So
As far
what?
as far
So
as-
we can't talk about things
No,
that are on the totem
and
pole?
no. That's why That's why I said I appreciate you telling me.
The
I
thing
appreciate
is,
you
like,
telling me.
the totem pole, just throw it away. Look, this is, and maybe it's just me because I am maybe
is
the
I was gonna
resident.
say, it's definitely
It's
just you,
just
not
you.
maybe.
It is just you.
Maybe it's just me because I am the resident MMA lover
Aficionado,
here.
yes,
lover
aficionado.
here. But you
Lover.
can throw a poll up and even ask people if they will be interested in watching this fight this weekend. Now,
Oh, I'm not
now
debating that.
I'll say this: this actual card is not that good, but the co-main event and the main event are the reason why people are watching this. Okay, and there's two titles on the line here. UFC 220's in Boston this weekend. I won't even talk about the other fights other than the two big fights.
Yeah.
So you have two titles on the line: the light heavyweight and the heavyweight title. The light heavyweight title is Daniel Cormier, pretty big name,
Yes.
defending against Volkan Ozdemir, who you guys probably not have heard of.
No.
And I wouldn't blame you for that. The guy has fought. He fought 3 times last year, won by knockout.
Now
and every fight.
Cormier, the last time he fought for a title,
He
was
lost.
he lost, but it was under. Who did he fight?
John Jones,
John Jones, who
Where's
got
UFC again?
caught.
Where's this one?
Boston.
Awesome. Who got caught for PEDs? And then
Yeah, something like that.
he
He
got
got
caught
tested
for
for PD.
PEDs. and
The
then
the match
this
was turned a no contest.
Yes.
So Cormier was allowed to have his belt back.
Yes.
So this is his first fight since that.
Yes. So go on.
John Jones is the only person who's ever beat Daniel Cormier.
Cormier, yeah.
Technically, he's beat him twice, but in the record books, he's only beat him once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ozdemir, I mean, this fight has Cormier as the favorite. He's a 3-1 favorite. He is the champ. He's a wrestler, whereas Ozdemir is more of a boxer, a fighter. But he has insane power. If you look at 2 of his knockouts, they were in the clinch, which, for all you people who don't know what that is when you're basically tied up, heads against each other, arms around each other's backs, and he just
And
like
pop.
He just popped him one in the chin, and he's won twice like that. Great power. I'm going to bet on this, and I'm going to bet on Ozdemir because the odds are good, and he can knock him out. But Cormier could basically just wrestle this way and go the GSP route, which is basically just lie on top and ground and pound, right? Which is what I think his game plan will be.
Well, the only one I've seen handle Cormier is John Jones, and John Jones is arguably the best fighter ever to live.
John Jones, all drugs, all everything
I guess.
aside,
Okay,
is
yeah.
probably the pound for pound the best fighter we will ever see, because he's a freak, right?
Yeah.
His reach is like 82 inches.
Yeah, it's
he's
it's
got
awkward.
like basically switchblades for elbows, and
It's a shame. It's
It's
the
a
drugs.
shame.
The drugs is.
it's a shame. It's not just the drugs. It's just his attitude, right? Like, and every time he like tells you he's better and he's cleared, he goes and lets you down again, right?
Yeah.
He's like a bad ex girlfriend.
He is a bad ex
All
girlfriend.
right.
But you keep going back to him because you're
It's just so good.
Because- so good.
Because
It's
when
so
you
good.
watch him, you're like, oh man, this guy's so good.
So
All right.
a guy gets beat by John Jones, gets his belt back, and now it's his first fight, and we're supposed to watch this with interest. This guy just got beat up.
by John
Well,
Jones.
In all fairness, yeah, by John Jones, who's the greatest ever. In all fairness, the light heavyweight division is very, very thin. Same with the heavyweight division. So that's why this card is so interesting, is because you're trying to revive these two divisions. Because now you look at all these fights, and it's like 180 and under. Even the middleweight's kind of like a rocky division.
Shaky thing.
So now it's like all the best fighters in the world now coming up are like lightweight, featherweight, even bantamweight, right? Like,
I always wonder what happened to those divisions. Remember when we first started getting the UFC?
that's what I mean. Is like when we start
Andre
getting into it.
Arlovsky,
Andre
Sylvie,
Arlovsky.
like back then.
Well, there was like Cain Velasquez, Brock
oh my
Lesnar,
goodness,
Randy Couture,
so many
like,
heavyweights.
and even the light heavyweights like
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell, Rashad Evans, Quentin Rampage
It's
Jackson,
just fascinating what happened in that division.
Tito
be honest,
Ortiz.
I think without heavyweight fighters, UFC can't draw the modern crowd.
Even
That's
boxing,
not true.
Even boxing,
it's the same concept.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
boxing.
I'll tell you what
It
happened.
still draws.
My theory is, ever since they brought in UFC brought in ASADA, which is like the drug anti-doping
agency because everyone got caught doping.
Well, no, not got caught doping, but a lot of these light heavyweights and heavyweights,
All of a
I
sudden-
think, were juiced up.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys were juiced up,
All of a sudden, everyone
and
got
so
smaller.
now that's why these divisions are so thin. Because I mean, these are big dudes,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's fighting. I think you just get bigger and stronger, and I don't. Who cares what you're taking to fight? You're fighting.
Well,
What are you
I
talking
mean,
about? What does one have to do with the other?
I'm saying like you should be able to take steroids, whatever, to get bulked up to fight. It's
Well, you can't just.
Well,
take
you don't just take steroids. You know,
Steroids. You can't. As an organization, you can't allow steroids
It's-
because it's unhealthy. You
it's
can't
not
allow
just
it.
steroids; it's PEDs, right?
Yeah,
it's like stuff
whatever.
that enhances you
physically.
but more aware, right?
Yeah.
And some of these big guys to last longer in championship fights you know what I mean? Like some of these guys would take these things to last longer, to perform better.
So do I want to be
stamina-wise.
entertained, or do I want to watch guys
No,
that
but
are
as an
not
organization,
juiced
No,
up?
but-
as an
like,
organization,
yeah.
you can't allow that.
No,
You
baseball
can't.
did it.
Look, it's
And
not
look what happened to
1990s
baseball.
anymore. It's
And look what
not.
happened to baseball.
It's not the 1990s anymore. We're in a day and age now where, especially in fighting, people want to win. They want to win by the way they should, with like raw talent and determination and training properly. Anyways, so the light heavyweight fight should be a good one.
Yeah.
But the main attraction to this is the heavyweight title fight with Stipe Miocic and this absolute beast of an individual, Francis Ngannou.
That's the guy from France.
He lives in France.
You
or
said that
he's
because his
French,
name's Francis, didn't
but
you?
he's from Congo.
No, I know he's from
I
France.
think he's from Congo or Ghana.
Ghana.
I'm sorry to all the Congo people listening and Ghana people listening if I got it wrong. But this guy is an absolute freak. And I don't know if you two have watched him fight. I mean, you blink and you miss most of his fights because
Yeah.
they're so quick. But he has the hardest recorded punch ever in the history of UFC. They had like a performance center.
Was this like a Rocky and Dragic? Oh, shoot, what was the boxer's name? Rocky
Ivan
3.
Drago.
Drago.
What about him?
When he's punching the machine.
No, they have this like machine that measures the force of your punch at the UFC Performance Center, and he has the highest recorded ever. It's just there's so many. I mean, essentially, if you're the heavyweight champion, you are dubbed the baddest man on the planet because you could wipe out anyone, right?
Yeah.
Like you're the biggest man. Who can
Best
fight.
title in sports.
It is, and that's what's going on this weekend. But it's like they're kind of bringing some prestige back to the title.
That's what they're talking about. But like, here's the thing: if Brock Lesnar decides he wants to fight in 3 weeks, it's the biggest draw UFC has.
Can he
No,
fight?
it's
Everybody
not.
wants to
No,
watch
No, he's
it.
not. Conor McGregor is the biggest draw UFC.
Oh, I'm
has.
sorry. You know what? Okay, I'll rephrase that. The second biggest draw UFC has. He'll come in
I
there.
think that's over, Smythe.
I don't think so. If Brock Lesnar said he's going to fight in a month,
Nobody's gonna care.
yes, they will.
Nobody's gonna care.
Because wrestling fans will watch it.
I
It's a
agree with
bigger
that.
audience.
I
It's
agree
just
with
a
that.
bigger audience. That's all it is.
But wrestling fans are gonna like. It's like I know, and I barely. And when was the last fight? He lost the last fight, right?
Who?
Brock Lesnar.
No. It was a no contest because he got tested.
That's it. I think. How old is he? 30.
Late 30s, maybe?
Yeah. No, probably early 40s. I think.
I don't think he's in his 40s yet. I don't know.
But he can't compete anymore. Like he
Could. He did it once. He
think-
did it once where he was in WWE and he's like, actually, I want to go fight again. And he did.
Yeah, that was his early 30s.
And then he destroyed a guy.
Yeah,
but
it's
he
early
was.
30s.
But no, this was like 3 years ago, and he was like jacked up on something that they found out later. And the poor guy he fought got destroyed.
Oh, so he had to get jacked up on PEDs to actually fight.
That's what I mean. I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm
think,
saying. I don't think he can fight.
But
I
he
don't
also
think
has
can.
a suspension, so he would have to serve that suspension. If he said he was going to be back in UFC,
Is this the second time he got caught, or is it he got
Yeah.
caught twice? Yeah, he got
he's
caught
been
twice.
caught several times, and like it's just. But that's the old age of heavyweights, right? Like that's they're trying to get past that, and that's why it's good to see a fight with two clean guys, two bad
Allegedly.
guys, like who are just like Stipe Miocic is a firefighter.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy still makes a lot of money, but he's a firefighter.
Yeah.
Lives in Cleveland, in the middle of nowhere. Like, he just likes to fight. And then Ngannou is this like former, like a child warrior or whatever. I don't know what they call them, like child soldier.
Child soldier.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy came from absolutely nothing, and he's a freak of nature. And in
He's
one
like a big guy, man. He looks like a big guy. There was a video out.
looks
where
no, he just watch one of his fights. It's very quick.
There was a video of him out today where he was practicing and he was taking some chops on his sparring partner.
I feel bad for his sparring.
And he took the smite. You should see his smite. The kid was wearing pads. He's just taking little hits. He's chopping his legs, chopped him down. The kid fell like flat on his face. It was like crazy. He's a big guy, man.
But his win against Overeem, which was last month. That's how quick the fight went that he could come and fight for this title
fight
now.
again. That's crazy.
He and like for the match was, I think, a minute and 16 seconds.
Oh, well, that's why.
And for the first minute, they were in a clinch. He got out of it. The ref broke him up. He hit Overeem so hard that Overeem's feet lifted off the ground. And his next, I thought he was going to decapitate him.
Yeah, Overeem's a
Don't
big
get
guy.
paid by the hour, I guess.
And Overeem's a huge guy.
So, I mean, like, you're fighting against him, and Miocic is probably the most sound heavyweight that we've seen in a while. He's not even going to, like, max weight is 265 is what Ngannou will cut to. Miocic, 240 maybe. So, this, like, there's so many things about this fight, though, that intrigue me. Obviously, the power of Ngannou can change the way the fight will be.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you try to block it, it's going to friggin' hurt you. But Miocic has probably one of the toughest chins we'll ever see. But I don't think it matters if your chin is tough in this. I just think, you know what, man, for those two fights, this card alone is worth watching. Like I said, the other fights in the card are kind of weak. There's like, I think, one fight where there's actually guys ranked in the top 15 in their division, other than the two big fights. So I don't know. This is also
it's Miocic with the belt, all right?
Yeah, and if Miocic wins, he will become the most successful heavyweight to ever defend their title 3 times in a row. No one's ever done it 3 times.
Really?
Crazy,
Yeah.
eh?
That sounds right.
Because remember when Andre Arlovski was like killing people? I swear he had it for so long. I guess not.
No one's held it for more than. No one's defended their title more than twice. So there's also that on the line.
I know Tim Silva. He broke his leg or arm.
Man, we were going back in time with Tim Silva.
Yeah, he broke his arm or leg or something. I remember he didn't want to tap it. Someone broke his.
No, you're thinking of Nogueira when he fought Frank Mir, and that was actually in Toronto, where Mir broke his arm.
No, it was Tim Silva. Tim Silva broke his. I think might have been Andre Arlovski broke his arm. Maybe this is a while.
But there was a heavyweight fight in Toronto where Frank Mir broke. I think we were actually watching that at back in the day. We used to actually watch these events, and he broke his arm. You could see he's like twisting, and he cranked it, and be like, "Oh my god!" And he still didn't tap. But
once you break your arm the first time, it's like no. Because I remember after Tim Silva got his arm broke, he came back and he fought, and then someone grabbed him again and started pulling, and he just tapped right away.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, not getting this broke.
Nope, not again.
Yeah. So it's just, I think this is just for those 2 fights alone will be worth watching. We gotta give more love to TFC on this. I mean, to UFC on this show, guys. Like,
we'll try. Okay, you gotta remind me then. You gotta.
Every event I'm gonna bring up because I know you're gonna.
I know
you're gonna omit it from the.
Hey, you reminded me. We put it in, and look, we just talk. We talk what 15 minutes about this.
Right, yeah, we talk. It was just so much UFC, and like, I don't know. It's hard for me to care. I'll be honest.
This is. Hey, UFC's. It's gonna be a big year for UFC. This is the second week in a row of 7 weeks that there's a UFC event.
Well, it's gonna be fascinating. I was talking to Smythe about this last week, where they're gonna go as far as, because I know they're, and I've mentioned this before on the podcast, their contract's up with Fox. I think this year.
They're not going back.
So it's going to be very fascinating to see what's going on.
Is it this year? Yeah, it's this year. You're right.
It's
yeah,
this year. So,
well, what I heard. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. But what I heard is, their contract's up this year. WWE's contract with USA or whatever is up in 2019.
I thought it was this year.
No, 2019. Okay. So there's talk of maybe putting WWE on Fox.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. The rumor I heard was Fox isn't going to re-up with UFC, but they want WWE.
And I'm not talking about like Fox Sports. I'm talking about Fox.
Yeah.
Like Fox News Channel or Fox like the channel, right? Like the national channel.
They just want to go all the way.
They'll still put it on-
WWE
they'll
and
still-
then Fox News
yeah,
at
they'll still
11.
put it on FS1. If they get it, they'll still put it on
Well,
FS1.
I heard it would be Monday Night Raw on Fox and SmackDown on FS1.
Those, yeah, because they need FS1 needs it needs the ratings. But it's curious who's gonna take up the UFC because apparently the UFC wants. I can't remember where they got 200 million or something like that for their contract,
Yes.
and they want double.
And they
And
should.
apparently nobody wants to pony up that much money. Apparently,
Not yet.
like they're getting paid. I think they're getting paid the same amount that NBC is paying for NHL right now. I think
Someone will put up money for UFC because it's only getting bigger.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The Fox experiment went really bad, to be honest. Like,
I don't think it's.
the Fox experiment went really bad with UFC.
Well, it's okay.
What do you mean
It's
bad?
Doesn't draw.
It draws.
No,
People
I
watch
think
it.
I think you mean it doesn't draw like it used to.
Well,
that what you mean?
Well, since they got it, it went down.
Well, when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
first,
Right?
when they
He's
first,
right. He's right with that. Yeah.
when
But
they
the pay-per-views
first,
still
when they
get money.
first did,
pay-per-views are fine, but they're not on Fox.
Yeah.
when they first did UFC on Fox, they had bigger headliners doing
Yes.
those fights because they wanted to introduce people into it. As it's gone on, they've kind of delved away. They actually have like championship fights on UFC
Yeah.
on
They
Fox.
tried. They tried.
They tried, but like, I don't know who would take it.
It's not going to be ESPN.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think ESPN is. They're streamlining everything right now. Like they're. I've heard rumors even they're gonna like kind of calm down with the football and
Yeah,
maybe
right.
some of the baseball.
Give you that baseball that everyone likes.
They like basketball, and that's something that Fox wanted, but they took it from them. They like basketball, but
Maybe
I
they'll
don't
just
think
re-up
so.
with Fox.
I think they might just switch.
It
And
depends.
WWE goes to Fox, or WWE goes to Sci-Fi, and UFC goes to Fox.
Could Fox get both? Could Fox pay for both UFC and WWE?
Well,
I don't know.
of
I don't know how much
Of
money
course-
Fox has.
Of course they can.
Well, I don't know how
not?
much money Fox has.
Of course they have.
Who owns Fox? Is it Warren Buffett? Or who's the guy?
Yeah. It's only like 4 telecom.
Yeah, the money's
companies
there.
that-
Don't worry.
But
No,
like,
no.
they
Well, if the
won't-
money was there, they would
The
have.
thing
sold
is
to
with
Disney.
UFC and Fox, UFC and WWE is they don't cross over, right? Like UFC is what, Saturdays, sometimes Sundays.
Yeah.
They'll have fights.
WWE has pay-per-views every fourth Sunday, and
The only thing is with UFC, I don't think they would want to be on the same network as WWE.
Why?
Because it would, in the eyes of some people, especially in national media, it would seem like, oh, see, you guys are the same thing.
no, they
You
want
guys
to be.
aren't
They
real.
want to be the same thing.
No.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want to be. No, they want to get away from there. They
No, no,
don't
no.
because the whole thing about, and I've heard people say it. They say, oh, UFC is just a gimmick. It's the same thing as wrestling. It's not real. Blah blah blah. And I don't think they want to be in the same realm as them. I don't think they want that.
They want the fan base. I'll tell
No,
you.
everybody
that.
wants a fan base, but they
Well,
don't want to be associated with WWE and what they do.
If you got to tune a little bit to get the fans.
No, but you're gonna say something else.
No, I just think they don't intertwine with each other. Like you would have if you're going to show Raw on Monday, SmackDown on FS1 on Tuesday. That doesn't coincide with Saturdays on Fox, which is really all UFC's on.
Yeah.
I know they had it on last Sunday, but that's because there was a holiday on Monday. Right? Every now and then they'll throw a Sunday card, but I don't really think it would cross streams. I don't know.
Well, and then who tunes? Someone would want to tune into Fox every single night. Like that's one of those factors as well, right? No one watches the same channel every single night.
Well, it depends who you are. What guys do?
Are you sitting at home like, well, I watched Fox last night. I'm going to watch it. No, you watch what you're going to watch.
You
No,
watch what you wanna watch.
people think that way. People the same commercials
thinks
come
that?
on.
Who
They
thinks
want to.
that
So
way?
Who thinks that way?
that's why they don't do it. I'm
No,
saying
no,
thinks that
Smite.
way?
I want you to tell me specifically who thinks that way.
TV networks think that way.
No,
People think
TV
this
networks
way.
don't think that way. I want you to tell me specifically. I know who thinks that way, but I want you. I don't think you know who thinks that way.
I don't understand. I've
I
never
said
heard this.
people. So if you know the people, tell me the people.
Yeah, well, people. Well, people are like, well, I can only.
It's not
don't-
men. It's not men who consume these things. It's women. Women, they tend to jump around from network to network to network. I guarantee you wake up in the morning, it's on one channel, and when you go to bed, it's on that same channel, Smythe.
No, I changed channels.
How many times?
I
Twice?
refuse to watch the same channel every day. That's all I'm
You're
saying.
flipping,
like, what?
you're flipping between Sportsnet and WWE Network, correct?
That is two different channels.
and Wells, I'm telling you the same thing. You're flipping between TSN and Sportsnet, and that's it.
No, I
For the
watch.
most part.
I
For the
watch
most
what I
part.
want to watch. I
Yeah,
don't
for the
know
most part.
I watch Fight Network a lot. I watch a bunch of things. I watch what I want to watch. What channel it's on. Tell
I'm
me.
just saying men mostly watch sports and women are the ones that are flipping around from channel to channel.
I mean, thanks.
Yeah, but like, do
men mostly
But
watch
that's-
sports.
But
Thank
that's,
you.
But that's who's
Hold
consuming
on.
that. That's who's consuming this thing's men. Right?
No, but your statement was that like I will not watch a certain channel more than one day in a row. I don't.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
know.
understand.
Not more
I
than one
don't
day.
understand
Not
that.
7 days. Not
I
7 days
ignored- I
straight.
ignored his- I
That's
ignored
all
his
I'm
statement.
saying is if you're watching one network, you will switch to the other one just because you don't want to see the same thing over and over again. That's all I'm
that way.
saying.
You don't think that way. You
No,
watch
no,
TV,
no, no,
Smite.
no. What,
All right,
like, what
well-
if you want to watch, like, you have certain shows that you like? I mean, I don't understand. Like, why don't you just watch what you want to watch?
No, I don't think he understood what he said. I don't think he did it.
I'm just
No.
telling you what I think. So,
No.
and that's why UFC and
No, but you
WWE
don't-
will not be on the same channel.
But you don't
That
watch
is what I'm
T-
thinking.
You don't watch TV like that way.
Okay,
You don't
but
say, "Hey, I'm watching NBC. I'm going to go flip to ABC."
Well,
you don't watch
if,
TV that way.
if UFC and WWE end up on the same channel, then I was wrong, and but I think that is the reason why they won't.
I don't think they're going to end up on the same channel because of money
Other
reasons.
things.
Not because people just like, "Hey, I've watched NBC for 5 hours now. I'm going to go flip over to ABC."
Yeah.
Like people don't watch TV. That
I think
way.
it's a
You
ratings
watch what you want to watch. Anyway, let's move on to some NBA. The big talk this week was Cavs versus Warriors. Did you guys watch the game?
Was it a big talk?
Was that
though?
the big talk?
It was. In the beginning.
Oh, who? According to who?
National media.
So why are we such a slave to what the big talk is?
Wow.
All right, let's go talk about. Okay,
Hold on. Hold on. The Utah Jazz played someone last week as well. Let's get into that one.
No. But like, because a lot of people talked about why does that mean we have to talk?
It's a
about it?
marquee game.
Because a lot of people talked about it.
But the game sucked.
It did suck.
It didn't suck. It
Oh,
was a
sorry.
game.
That was a crappy game. Man.
That was the best game they played this
I
year.
tuned out.
Really?
Here's the thing. Cleveland got up early, right?
Yes.
I knew they were going to lose.
I knew they were going to lose too. I picked the Warriors to win too.
I knew they were going to lose.
All right, here's a question.
Cleveland's trash, man.
Here's a
That team's
question.
crap.
Here's a question for you. Do the Cavs even have a chance against the Warriors?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah, they do.
How many games did they win last year in the finals?
One.
And this
Yes,
team-
a gentleman's win.
Yeah.
A gentleman's
it's
They
sweep.
call that a
something.
gentleman's sweep, right?
Yeah.
So,
you give up one win.
so in my opinion, the Warriors got better and the Cavs got
worse.
worse. And you think they still have a chance?
Yeah, they do.
How'd the Warriors get better? They didn't do anything.
They've this another year together.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Another year together. Durant is playing the best year of his career.
Durant's playing defense.
He's actually playing defense. It's-
Someone has to.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing.
Okay, give me.
The Cavs are in the
let me hear
the
you.
Cavs are in the twilight of their run. We know this. Even if they make it to the finals this year, next year, this is it. Eventually, one of these other teams needs to be better than this team. Isaiah Thomas was the straw that broke the camel's
I don't
back.
see that. But anyway, go on. Sorry, I cut you off. Go
Okay,
on.
and Golden State is Golden State, but anything can happen. Players can get injured. Guys can sit out.
Okay, you can say that. I could.
Both teams at 100%. Golden State wins this series.
I could say the moon can come out of orbit and kill
100%.
Kevin Durant, and then
So
then
any
we're-
team has a
but,
chance.
We're assuming that everyone's healthy.
Then no.
Assuming then what?
Then no.
What are you talking
Then no.
about? They don't have a chance at all.
Assuming everyone's healthy, the Toronto Raptors have a better chance of beating Golden State than the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Are they going to get there? Though?
No.
Okay, then what are you
Okay.
talking about?
Well, I'm just saying, though, assuming full health, the Toronto Raptors are the best team in the Eastern Conference, I think. Will they make it to the finals? Probably not.
No. So, assuming everyone healthy, I hope you caught that, Wells.
I heard it.
Everyone healthy, the Cavs actually don't have a chance against the Warriors. They wouldn't even win one game if they made the finals.
They win a game, maybe two.
The gentleman's game.
They can't win the series. They can't take the 4-game series. It's not their fault. They're just not good enough.
They're too old.
Right. Well, here's you replace Kyrie Irving with Isaiah Thomas. Kyrie Irving's a better player than Isaiah Thomas. And I know, right? And you didn't believe so last year.
No, I did. Yeah, you proved me wrong.
Right. But you take away that. And Isaiah Thomas will get better. Don't get me wrong. But Isaiah
not gonna
Thomas
get that better.
can't stop Steph Curry to save his life.
Can't stop anyone to save his life.
Well, but statistically the worst defender ever in the NBA?
Ever?
Since they ever
No, it was
since
the
the
play-
advanced
no.
statistics?
No, it was in the playoffs. The playoffs last year, he was the worst. According to advanced statistics, he was the worst defensive player ever in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Last year,
Now,
according to advanced statistics.
and Kyrie Irving's no gem. Kyrie Irving's average defensively.
Yeah, but on this team, he's seem to be playing defense, but the team defense, blah 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 blah.
Right. So I don't. Yeah, Harry. That's where.
But going into some NBA rumors.
Sit on that.
Ooh.
Rumors.
So you got a couple players out there. So you got DeAndre Jordan,
Out there, what?
Anthony Davis, and Boogie Cousins. Do any of these players make sense to you guys on the Cavs?
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan,
I think he's coming
defensively.
too.
That's the rumor, but not the Clippers.
How though? Like, what would they do?
Trade has to be a trade.
Tristan,
I know,
Tristan
like,
Thompson,
Tristan Thompson.
and I'd trade
Quite
J.R.
frankly,
Smith.
I don't see who the hell. Like, if you're the Clippers, would you take those guys?
No, I'd take Tristan Thompson
Why?
because DeAndre Jordan's leaving anyways. Do I take something?
Apparently, he wants to go play in Houston. Apparently,
Who?
DeAndre Jordan.
Shit.
What, he wants to go play with Chris Paul?
Yeah, because he's from Houston too.
Oh, didn't Houston? Who is? Oh, it was Dallas who was supposed to sign DeAndre Jordan. And he backed out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's regretting that now. Eh?
yeah. See, it's the problem with the Cavs. They have no one to give up. Because if you're an opposing team, who on that team do you want?
Kyle Korver.
No, you don't.
I do.
Yeah, but like,
Well, who are you going to give up for?
but like, what are the Clippers gonna do with Kyle Korver?
Set him in the corner and let him shoot threes. What do you mean? What are they gonna do with him?
what are the Pelicans going to do with Kyle Korver?
Yeah.
And they have
Same
him,
thing.
but they have Anthony Davis for multiple years. So why would you take Kyle
Why-
Korver for Anthony
Oh,
Davis?
Anthony
I don't,
Davis is
I
not
trade
going
Cousins.
anywhere.
You don't trade Davis.
Anthony Davis is not going anywhere.
Yeah, you don't trade Davis
might,
if you're
he
there.
might.
No, he's not going anywhere.
He might.
Why would you keep Cousins? Well, besides the fact he's playing
Cousins is a
amazing
free
right
agent
now.
after this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Cousins is free
he's
agent.
a rental.
So
I still don't understand why they made that trade last year.
Yeah, they're both all-star starters. You see that?
they should be so much better.
I would keep that.
Pelicans
Well,
should
you know
be
what?
so much better.
They're
and
not that.
Not.
They're not that bad.
They're bad. If they're not top four, they're bad.
They're not that bad.
Okay,
That's
what are
not
they?
true.
How
So-
close
yes,
are they to
if
top
you're not
four?
top four in the NBA, you're bad.
Top four
Wow.
in
In
the
the
conference.
conference, you're bad. You
Well,
don't
they're
win.
six.
You don't
The
win.
problem is in the
So why would they trade them if they're in the playoffs?
I don't know. No, because they're not good. They're not good.
they're currently six, but they're one loss away from being out of the playoffs. It's rough. If they miss the playoffs this year,
In the NBA, if you're not top four in your conference, you're not a good team. You're not, because you're going to lose. That's just the way it is. Like the first round of the playoffs, nobody watches the NBA because you know who's going to win.
it's not true. Five
not
beats
true.
four a lot. Now,
Six
Not
beats three a
Not
lot too.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
what
Not
I
in the
hate,
NBA.
I
Oh my
hate
God.
hearing.
That was an own goal. Sorry.
Who was that, Simmons? I thought Simmons scored already. Anyway,
No,
sorry.
it was Marner who scored on his own net.
Good
No,
job,
no.
Marner.
I thought Philly already scored. Sorry, we're watching a Leaf game, boys and girls. Anyway, sorry. You were going to say something smart.
And Orcs.
I hate the concept that a team isn't good until they become good. Like a lot of because like
Wait.
for instance,
So you could be...
one of my biggest pet peeves is people they're not a good team, even though like you can say a team's
Okay,
on the come
Spice,
up or a
Spice,
team's on their
I'm
way.
I'm going to stop you right now. Because your bar for being a good team is way lower than everybody else's.
It's not way below. I'm saying
yeah.
every team's not bad.
If you say if a team is above 500 by one game, in your books, they're a good team.
Man, we
No.
had this talk already.
the
I
actual
know.
talk I had is you can't consider a team under 500 any player from that team for MVP. That was my
Yeah, here we
actual
go.
statement. Is what I
No,
said.
you've said this
No,
before.
I did
No,
not.
that's what we talked
That
about.
was the actual
Spice
statement.
No,
Right.
no,
Right.
no, hang on. I'm telling you what, because this guy just says verbal diarrhea. What you've actually said this.
No,
you can ask
see
Casey.
that? You're just making something up
No,
now.
no,
what
no,
I said is
no.
what Wells said on this show. I said that.
At least
On
on
this show.
on this, yeah.
On
That's,
this
okay.
podcast,
That's
all I can
but
say.
you have said
You're
this
just
statement
making
before.
up what you think I said.
I'm gonna
I
text
think I
Casey.
did it.
I'm going to text
Text
Casey
him right
because you
now.
said it. You said it. Any team above 500 is a good team.
No, I did
you
not say
said
that.
this.
I did not say
Anyway,
that.
continue.
All I'm saying is that
Continue.
we have a habit where a team has to show they're good for us to be like, okay, now they're good. If you
Yes.
think no, if a team's on the come up, they're a good team. The Pelicans, horrible for a lot of years, coasting on 500. That's a good basketball team.
So what on their team right now shows you that they're good?
You can't do much about Cousins. You can't do much about Davis. Rajon Rondo's playing well at point guard.
No, he's not.
This team is
continue.
Isn't he
good.
coming off the bench?
Yes, he is.
This team is good. They have pieces to be a good team.
Look,
You
when
just
they get
mentioned
it
5
together.
things that they're bad, and then you said you're good.
Wait,
they're not good.
Wait.
Anyway,
Does
sorry, go
it
ahead.
even matter?
No.
Because everyone's just going to get stomped by Golden State.
If we go by that, then there's no point in talking about basketball at all.
I agree. Next
Well-
subject. No, I'm kidding.
right? Well, if
But I've said what I said is if you're not top four in the conferences, you're not good, and they're not good. They're not going to win the first round.
I don't know about
Do you
that.
wanna put- yes.
that theory top four because like there's a lot of good teams in the West. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, who are the top 4 teams in the West right now?
Golden State, Houston, San Antonio, Minnesota.
Okay, so who's out of that top 4 that you're like...
OKC, Clippers, Portland.
Clippers suck.
Denver.
Like, Portland and OKC...
Are any of those teams that he mentioned just now going to beat those top 4 teams?
Yeah.
OKC.
Who?
Minnesota?
OKC.
Yeah, Minnesota's good.
Minnesota's top 4.
They could lose their first. They could lose to
Minnesota's
OKC.
really good. Minnesota's really good.
Yeah, OKC.
They're
This
scoring
is
the basket.
we talked about this earlier. This is the finally the year that Minnesota comes through and they do well.
They're going to win a round. They're going to win the first round.
Are they?
Well, they play the 5 seed, which will probably be...
I don't think so.
OKC.
OKC
That's
or
a
New
good
Orleans.
matchup.
No, it is.
And that's coming from a
Or the
white guy who
Clippers.
rarely watches basketball. So take my word for it.
So you're gonna put money on this that Golden State, Houston, or San Antonio is gonna lose their first round, right?
No. I'm saying they can't.
No. I won't bet on it, but they might win. They might lose.
Like, if
Whatever.
OKC falls to 6, they can beat the Spurs in the first round. If Kawhi Leonard's still hurt.
He's always hurt, eh?
Yeah. All year. He's not
Yeah,
healthy.
Kawhi Leonard's probably out. Okay, that's the next. Kawhi Leonard's out indefinitely.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just not healthy.
Popovich said he might not be out the whole year, but and they score again.
Shorty.
I say just shut him down for the rest of the year.
Kawhi?
Just shut him down.
call
What's
it
the
season.
point? What's the point? These guys
He's
are-
always hurt.
I know.
Because he's not going to beat Golden State, right?
But really, Aldridge is sneaky old. I didn't even realize how old he is. He's like 35.
No.
Yeah,
He's
Aldridge
not.
is
No way
sneaky old.
he's
Look at that.
35.
He's sneaky old.
How is he 35?
He's not even close to 35.
Is he 32? Sorry. Sorry. Marcus Sol is 36. He's 30.
Aldridge is 2006 draft class.
32?
So he's probably 32, 33. At the oldest.
32.
32. Sorry, I was thinking about Marcus Sol. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I was thinking about-
I can see
sorry.
how you get those two
Paul
mixed up.
Gasol. Paul Gasol. Excuse me.
He's twilighted. He's twilight.
I was thinking.
32 is not old.
He's twilight.
In the NBA.
32 is old in the NBA.
No, it's not.
32 is
That's
a
pretty
grandpa.
old.
How old's
That's
Chris?
pretty old.
How old's Chris Paul?
Past his prime?
How old's
33.
LeBron James?
Past his prime?
33. 32.
How old's Steph Curry?
Not past
No,
his
he's
prime.
not even 30 yet.
Yeah, he is. He's 31, 30. Look it up.
No, he's the same draft class as Blake Griffin.
How old's Blake Griffin?
Late 20s.
These guys are born like 89.
Late 20s.
Well, Steph's 29, so.
Okay,
Like,
late 20s.
what?
No, it's too late. You lost.
That's
Can't come back from that.
No, come on.
Can't come back from that. I'm saying 30, 30,
Steph
30.
Curry is 3 years younger than LaMarcus Aldridge. How is that?
3 years.
You know what, at 32, you're deteriorating. You'll never get better. You'll never
Aldridge
have a
is
career year
center,
at
too.
33.
Yeah, Aldridge is center too.
And you have to understand, and that's the way the NBA works. Your career year
Tell
never
that to Dirk
happens.
Nowitzki.
Career wasn't at 33.
Huh?
Career year wasn't at 33.
Is he like 37 right now?
Yeah, he's
39.
He's 39. He's grandpa.
That guy can't even play. He can barely play.
No, but when he was in his 33, 34-year-old, he
won at
won his
34?
championship when he was what, 32, 33?
Yeah.
Oh, How old's Marcus Aldridge?
He's still deteriorating. You're getting worse.
Deteriorating. You're talking about these guys like they're a car. Like,
And
He's
like
a
a car,
professional
as they
athlete.
get older, they get worse. That's just the way this league
what
works.
year? How old was Kevin Garnett when he won the championship with Boston? I'll wait.
34,
I'll wait.
Maybe.
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 So? It's not like he went over there and was like the shining fact. He was the worst guy on the team.
He put Paul Pierce in his backpack and carried him around.
No.
He was
no.
he was their defense. Him and Perkins were their defense.
Okay.
I'm just
It
saying,
wasn't
like,
his best year.
32 is not old.
He was
Come on,
done
guys.
having
It
his
might have
good
been.
years.
It
when he
might have
won.
been one of his better years. But
No.
when they won the championship, yeah, it might have been one of his better
No.
years.
You think he averaged like 12 points a game or something?
I'm not talking point. I'm just talking production. That might have been one of his better years.
What?
But anyway, when you hit around 30, 33 in the NBA, you're starting that slope on the downhill side. Same thing as baseball. Like you're starting that down.
Decline.
You're
It's a
starting that
decline.
decline.
It's a steep decline, too.
I don't know about that.
Look at Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, well, he just doesn't
All
care
right.
anymore.
All right.
Well,
He doesn't care anymore.
All right, man.
All right.
There's a reason why he went to the Cavs.
Right.
So he wouldn't have to do anything
Next year, LeBron James is going to sign a max contract. Okay?
Probably.
with LA.
Doesn't matter where he signs
not
it.
going.
He's going to sign for the
He's not
NBA
going.
max. And he did to prove a point that players at an older age can still get big money and have great
Well,
seasons.
he's only going to get it because he's LeBron James. Are you going to give that same money to Chris Paul?
No?
No. He's getting it because he's LeBron James. That's the only reason.
Well,
he's getting it.
but he's still playing like LeBron James.
Would
It's
you
not
give
like-
that money? Would you give that money to Aldridge?
He's not LeBron James, but
That's what I'm saying. That's
what
what I'm
he's
saying.
saying is that you can still be in peak physical condition at 34 years old.
No, because he's LeBron James. That's why he gets that money.
Well,
All the older players, you're not giving that money to.
Kobe Bryant would have got it.
He did get it, which was stupid.
See?
Which was really dumb.
See,
Hey, Kobe Bryant put up 60 points in his last game, guys. It's not because he took 55 shots.
to be honest, that was the best last game of all time.
No, it was awful.
Of all time.
That was terrible.
No,
Both teams stood there and watched him play.
it was the best last game.
That was
Both
terrible.
teams stood there and watched him
Yes, and I admired it. It was great.
That was terrible.
play. Clippers and Rockets. Anyone see that fight?
Yeah, who cares?
This,
You know
this
what?
is
The
hilarious.
league, this league, these
the whole
players.
tunneling.
Yeah,
Tussling over.
This is hilarious. This
the
makes
players
me
are the
laugh.
problem. The players
So
and the
in
refs issue. The players are the problem.
What did I say last week?
Entitled. So in case you missed it, guys. So Clippers and Houston played. Clippers beat the Rockets. There was a whole brouhaha
On
It was-
Martin Luther King Day, guys.
On Martin Luther King Day, it was a bunch of FU bombs thrown around.
Ooh.
The guy who was talking the most was Austin Rivers, and he wasn't
Didn't
even playing.
play.
And he wasn't even playing.
The coach's son, guys.
And he was just jabbing it, and a lot of FUs from Blake Griffin to Chris Paul. And when the game was over, Chris Paul, everyone said it was Chris Paul, but it was really Ariza. Ariza took a bunch of people to the back entrance of the Clippers locker room. I think it was like Ariza, Chris Paul,
Wait.
Harden.
No, wouldn't it be Chris Paul because he knows the background?
No, apparently it was Ariza who took them there.
This is
But
so
Chris Paul
good.
didn't stop him. They went to
is
the
so good.
back way to the Clippers locker room trying to get in, and DeAndre Jordan was blocking it. Meanwhile, Capella from the Rockets was in the front of the locker room knocking at the door trying to get in. And it was a whole brouhaha.
What is this?
Doc Rivers.
What is this?
You know what they should have
Remember
done?
last year when people, well, for the last couple of years, everyone was saying, "Oh, what are you talking about? There's no rift in the locker room. There's no rift in the Clippers locker room. We all like each other. We all like each other." Wrong.
Well, no, you can't say
Wrong.
that because half the team is gone after that Chris Paul trade, right? Like,
And apparently Chris Paul wants to get at Blake Griffin because he doesn't like him.
who's left from that Clipper team? Blake Griffin. Like,
Oh, I see what
they traded 7 people for Chris
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah, yeah.
Like, you can't say that that's like.
Well, like
Well, the whole thing was there was a rift between Blake Griffin
Yeah,
and Chris
it-
Paul,
here's,
and
like-
apparently it's true.
this is the players are getting out of control.
Egos, buddy, egos.
That is insane. They should have let them fight. They should have opened the door.
No
Let
one's
whatever
gonna
happened
fight.
happen. They
It's
should have
the
let
NBA.
it.
They're not fighting.
No
This is
one's
the
gonna
NBA.
fight.
They
Are you
should've let
kidding
it
me? No one's
happen.
gonna fight. These guys are a bunch of peacocks.
Hold me back.
Yeah, hold me back.
Hold me
Everyone's
back.
It's like you know when you watch the slam dunk competition, everyone's holding each other back. That's what it would have been.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
been
exactly what's gonna be.
hold,
That's the
hold me
NBA
back.
fight.
Hold me
That's the
back.
NBA.
And now when
You
the
know what people-
referees
you know-
meet the players
you know who you
on
look out
All-Star
for? Are the
Weekend,
crazy white
the
guys.
referees are now have the advantage.
Sorry, say again.
So now when the referees meet the players on All-Star Weekend, the referees are going to be like, look what you guys did. Look at you Neanderthals. Get it under control.
Neanderthal.
Get it together.
Neanderthals.
I like that.
Is this a problem though? Do you see this as a huge problem now?
It's not a problem. I don't
This
care. Who
league
cares?
is a problem,
Who
man.
cares?
This league has been a problem.
Is
for
it a
bit
problem?
now. This is like, what are they doing?
They're
What
running
are
around
these
and
guys
throwing
doing?
F-bombs. Who cares? Play the next game. Like it's
Why
not.
don't you just like subtweet them or something on
It's not a big
Twitter?
deal.
Like LeBron does.
Play
Are
the
you
next
part of
game.
the sheesh movement?
Sheesh.
Just play the game.
Okay, it's not that's a big deal. When people are when players are trying to get into the back room of locker rooms and other people are trying to get into the front room locker rooms to quote unquote fight, that's a big deal, Smythe. It is
Why?
a big deal.
Why? Why?
Because the players are getting out of hand, led by Chris Paul, who's supposed to be
You just sit, close your eyes, and picture how this went down. Just guys, close your eyes and picture Chris Paul like
A grown man.
in like a leather jacket, like from Greece, just like walking through the back entrance.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Guys, go this way. Because he knows the back entrance of the Staples Center or whatever.
I don't-
Just imagine, and imagine Clint Capella standing there with like a cigarette in his mouth, just like knocking on the door. You coming out? And like the the Clippers are in their locker room, like kind of like hiding, like
DeAndre Jordan's like, come on guys, cut it out.
You know who handled it perfectly? Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley.
I missed that.
Did you see how they covered it?
No,
I would have liked to hear what
They
said.
laughed at them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, of
They
course
sat
would.
and they laughed, and they couldn't even talk about it. It was so stupid. They kept laughing.
Because they probably would just sell that in the court.
Who
those guys.
cares? It's stupid.
They were gonna fight. They weren't gonna fight.
Leave it alone. It's
Hold me
not
back.
a big deal.
Hold me back. Hold me back. That's
That's
exactly
all.
what's gonna
That's
go on.
all they needed
Oh
to do.
man. Sheesh.
Sheesh.
Smite's completely lost when we're talking about this. Like,
At least we get it.
let's move to some NHL then. We'll just handle some quickly because I think we're running. How long are we running right now?
Oh,
Smite?
pretty long.
Who cares?
All right, we'll just bang out some NHL things. So I've been watching Montreal a lot, as you guys know.
Sorry, man.
As you guys know.
So I've been watching Montreal.
Are they done?
Yeah.
You tell me. you watch them. We told you this a while ago. I don't know why you're asking us now.
We started with they're done.
Yeah. So they're done.
No, you're the resident Habs.
I don't even want to talk about them. They're done. They're finished.
Hold on.
They're
How do you
good.
not want to talk about them? You wrote it down.
I did. I also wrote that Edmonton too. I think they're done as well. But they got
Tell us
no.
what
They
the
got
Habs.
no offense.
That text I sent you guys yesterday.
Did you run?
I was because they threw up. I think I was watching the pregame for the game last night, and
Yep.
they threw up all the goal scorers for Montreal. Jonathan Drouin has 6 goals.
6 goals.
Evgeny Malkin had 5 goals last week. And I know that the talent level is a bit different, but I'm sorry. Like, this guy was the 3rd overall pick a couple years ago.
There's a reason Lightning let him go.
Well, number one, the Lightning are friggin' stacked, right?
Yeah, there's a reason
With
they let him
current
go.
talent
Yeah.
and young talent,
Yeah.
so they could let him go. But I didn't know it was this bad. Please enlighten us
6.
more.
Nothing to relate. They have Max Pacioretty. I don't even know how many goals he has on the season, but
He's having a bad year.
he's having a bad
You
year.
know who the best player on that team is? And this is just from the minimal games I've watched.
Shea Weber?
Jeff Petrie.
Shea Weber.
Well, Shea Weber's hurt too. That's not a problem too.
Jeff Petrie's their best player.
Petrie. That's very sad.
It's not a knock against.
That's pretty sad.
It's not a knock against Jeff Petrie, but that team is
He's
bad.
a third liner.
No, he's a defenseman, but he's
Oh, yeah, second pairing. Sorry, that's what I meant.
yeah.
Second pairing.
Well, whatever. Third, second pairing doesn't
Yeah.
matter when you're defense. I just mean he's a good player who gets kind of pushed aside because of it's Montreal. He's not French Canadian, but
he's not. He's not
even
good.
Carey
Like,
Price hasn't even been that good this year.
Carey Price has been average. The
Carey-
last.
average. I'm sorry, but you pay how much money for Carey Price? I don't need him to be average. I can go find Finnish.
the thing.
I can go find a Finnish goalie over across the pond who could be average for me for
But
a
it's the
fraction
thing.
of
Carey
the cost.
Price has been average the last 3 years. It's just people didn't notice this.
I don't
Because
know about that.
well, he's been hurt. No, he's not good.
Yes.
'Cause
Last year,
he's
right
been
off.
hurt. That's what I'm saying. He's been hurt. This year, he's not that good. He's not good at all.
I agree.
Well, this year he has no support.
He's not good.
Yeah, but it's hard
No,
to
he
stop
was
every
the
puck
team.
going.
He was the team.
I know, but like
3 years ago, he was the team.
I know, but
he's not good. This is what people point to. Because on Team Canada, he was awesome. When he had
On the Habs, he was awesome.
when he had Jonathan Toews as his third line centerman, that's when he was awesome. That's when he was
Superstar.
Carey
Carey Price is not.
He's not. No, he's.
No, he was not. Carey Price is never a superstar because he played on Team Canada and they won. That's not why.
But that's what people point to. He was excellent.
That's
He was excellent on
insane.
Team Canada.
I don't know who those people are, but I don't like them. But he, as a goalie for the Habs, he was amazing. Okay, for a stretch.
Yes,
where
for about
he
2 years.
literally stole many games for
Yeah,
them.
for about 2 years, he was amazing.
Now
2 to 3 years.
I don't know
Now
what he
he's-
is now. He's a good goalie, but he's not like.
You know his contract isn't even kicked in yet.
I know you guys. I think you guys are paying like $10 million a year at
Yeah.
some point.
9
Like,
million,
come
yeah.
on.
I don't think any goalies get paid that much.
if you're only scoring 2 goals a night, it's hard to win games.
There's a
Oh,
lot of
not
pressure.
in the
There's a
AHL.
lot of
They
pressure.
barely score 2 goals a night.
Yeah,
They,
it's hard to
in,
win.
in Gary Bettman's AHL, if you score 2 goals a night, you're awesome. You're awesome. You're winning games. But
I don't know
they're
about that.
barely
No.
scoring 2 goals a night. They're
At-
barely. They
Look,
can't.
the league average is 5.5. a game.
Yeah, they average around 2.5. So at 2 goals a game, it's tough.
That's
There's a lot of
bad.
time.
And this week they gave up 2. Gave up 2 leads.
Yeah,
One to Boston and
Well,
one
that was a
to
1-0 lead.
Yeah.
but they're going to score. The other team's going to score 3 goals. This is a league where the average team scores 3,
So it
4
shows
goals.
you one, they don't have the defenseman, and because obviously Shea Weber's out.
Yeah,
And
but even if he
2,
wasn't out,
Carey
he's
Price.
not that good.
No, he's a good defenseman. You know what they do need? Probably a a good defenseman that can
You know who they
move the
need?
puck through. Was a hard slap shot.
Shea Weber has one.
Was a hard slap shot at the point. Can take the puck up. And he's pretty charismatic. That kind of player would be pretty
really good with
Also,
That-
he's really
that
good with the
you-
community.
Yeah.
I know what you
I
mean.
know what you're talking about,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe donate some money to hospitals and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's the kind of player they
If
need.
only
should
they
prob-
had a guy like
They should probably
that.
trade for him. They should probably
Yeah.
trade for that guy. I don't even know what other team would have a guy like that.
I heard you could trade a stay-at-home defenseman for him.
Oh, he did. Oh, that's pretty good. I think
That'll
we have
get you
one of those.
places.
Oh, that I wonder if we can get one.
You know who'll also be good? There's this guy who they kind of just like didn't re-sign, but has like 45 points and 19 goals. I think he's playing in Dallas right now. I think his name is Radulov. If you could have just re-signed him, you might have got some score.
No, they got Galchenyuk. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I was going to say Galchenyuk, though.
They got Galchenyuk. Don't worry about that. They don't need that guy.
Yeah.
Montreal has done an awful job drafting, re-signing, trading players. It's just been a complete.
So tell me, how does Marc Bergevin still have a job?
I don't know.
Because
I don't like saying people need to get fired.
Bergevin.
When you rattled off drafting, trading, signing, that's the GM's job, right?
GM's job.
The holy trinity
Okay, so
of GMing.
yeah, he still stands there in the press box every game.
I don't like saying people that guys need to get fired and whatnot.
Yeah, you do. That's why we're here.
But
No. That's why we have a voice here.
a GM, in my opinion, the job he's doing over there is not. This team was the best Canadian team for the last 3 years, and
Which isn't saying much, but
well, they were the best Canadian team last year, and now they're second worst Canadian team. I think.
who's
Points
the
wise?
worst? Edmonton? Yeah.
Is Edmonton worse than Montreal? Points wise?
I
think so,
mean,
maybe.
you know what? You guys both poop in the same toilet, so it's
Probably. Probably.
About them Leafs, though.
they don't look that good right now.
They are who they are now. This is who they actually are.
This
I think
is
it's
scary.
I
They're
think,
not
they,
a
I
good
think they
start.
got. I think they got off to a good start.
Yeah.
And this is the team.
No.
This is the team
No,
I
no, no,
thought
no,
was.
no.
I thought this is the team I thought was going to show up
In the
the
start of
whole
the season.
year. That's
This-
why I didn't pick them.
Look,
but
the Leafs suck in January. It's a known fact. They never play well in January. I don't know what it is. Something about this Toronto air. Something about it's so. Do you guys notice that in Toronto it's so doom and gloomy in January? Like everything sucks. Like
try living in Boston. It's actually worse in Boston because
Anyway.
they actually have less sunlight than we do. So it's more.
I'm
gloomy
just
than
saying, like
anyway.
January is a dark time. But the Leafs always suck in January. They're not scoring any goals right now. They were scoring too many goals in October and November. I think come February, March, we'll see a nice medium. We'll see what the team really is.
That was a nice assessment of everything.
That's nice. But I think this is the team.
Yeah.
I think this.
No, I
is the
think
team.
we've seen them at their best. I think this is their worst.
I think they overachieved in the beginning. I think this is them. This
No, I agree with you.
is what I thought they would have been, but
This is bad. This is like they can't score.
they've also built up such a lead that I don't think because like I said in the beginning of the year, I think only 3 teams are going to come out of the division, and it looks like it's going to happen, and Leafs will probably be one of those. It's Lightning, Boston, and the Leafs.
Leafs, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
probably gonna
They're
come out
pretty
of this division.
comfortable right
They're in a
now.
funk right now. Don't get they're not as bad as they've been playing the last week or two or whatever. But like
they haven't looked that good.
I don't think that this is the superstar set of team that started the season. Like though
I
that,
don't know.
that
I think
yeah.
this is the team, but I think the Leafs upper brass. This is their plan. Like they knew this was going to happen. They knew they're going to come for ups and downs because that's why people were like, "Oh, you need to make trades. You need to make trades." It's like, no, we have a plan and we're going to follow it. I think this is part of the plan. I think they're fine. I don't think anybody in Leafs upper management is worried about this.
Well,
I think this is what they think.
They're better than last year. Last year they're a wild card.
Yeah.
This year they got a division spot, right?
Yeah.
So it's
they weren't a wild
improvement.
card last year. They were third in their division. They played Washington in the first round.
Who's Walker?
I don't know who the wild cards were, but Toronto was finished third, I believe. You can double check that, but they end up finished third in
I
their
always
division.
think he's. Yeah, we got to double check.
I'm gonna go with they were a wild card.
I
They
think
played
they were a
Washington,
wild
who
card.
was first. Yeah.
No,
Washington.
double check.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they end up finishing.
Anyway,
third.
you're
Well,
gonna say it. That
Yeah, wild card plays one, right? Washington was one.
Depends on which wild card you are.
Yeah, it depends because it's the way that Gary Bettman's NHL is. Because if you're in the same division, you play whoever's in your division.
Well, there's three. The top three in division play. Sorry, there's top three division. 2 and 3 play each other for both divisions. So
One plays a wild card.
and
Washington
two
was
plays another
one.
wild card.
And two plays the other.
Why would 2 play the wild card?
No, like okay. You understand the division works. There's
2
3
wild
people
cards.
make the playoffs from the division.
Yeah.
3 people make the playoffs from another division.
Yeah.
From that first division, the 2 seed and the 3 seed.
Play each other.
Yes.
Right.
So that means the number 1 from that division plays
a wild
a
card.
wild card, and the number 1 from the other division plays a wild card, while the 2s and 3s play each other. Right?
Thank you. So Washington was
but
1.
but it depends.
I thought Toronto was the 3 and
No.
Washington was the 2.
No, Washington was the best team in the league, so they were
All right,
1.
I'm googling it, but
Right?
anyway, continue.
Washington was the number 1 team in the league. Which, yes, the problem was Washington's the top team in the league. They never win the Stanley Cup. They always fall apart, whatever. And the Leafs played the number 1 team in the league, tight games, 5 tight games.
But
And that's
speaking
where all
of
the hype
Capitals-
was.
Speaking of Capitals, guess who's the second best team in the East now?
Yeah, did you doubt it?
The Bruins?
Yeah, no, it's Capitals.
The Bruins?
It's the Capitals.
The Bruins are doing well right now.
No, they're playing
Bruins
very
are-
well.
they're a good
playing
team.
very
They
well,
won again
but-
tonight.
Yeah.
But the Capitals, you thought they're going to be this good?
They always
You
figure it
probably
out.
did. You probably never picked it.
They lost a lot of players. Remember, they lost a lot of players,
Yeah.
but they always figure it out. They have a system. They know how to win games.
And you thought they're going to be this good?
I thought they'd be top 3. Number 2 is top 3.
we should revisit.
Oh, yes.
Do you see Capitals there anywhere else? Just read there. Do you see Capitals?
Smythe picks Lightning, Senators, Leafs to be the top 3 teams in the Atlantic. In the Metro, Penguins, Rangers, Blue Jackets. He has the Capitals as a wild card.
Oh, okay.
You've written those down wrong before, so it doesn't
Hold
matter.
on. I'm actually looking at this.
Okay,
This is-
okay.
This is intriguing.
But anyway, so clearly you didn't think the Capitals are going to be this good. But
I have the Sabres as a top 3 team.
but the Capitals, they seem to have found it somewhere.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Can you go back to that?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're just ruffling through.
Roughly some papers. This is great podcasting.
Bad rating.
So the Capitals,
Bad rating.
you. So basically,
Smythe said that he took Vegas as a playoff team. I don't see them on here.
I did not say that.
Yeah, you did. You did in one episode. You said that you took the Vegas to win their division.
I gotta
did
tell you,
not.
when
definitely did
You
not
you did
say
that.
Vegas.
We
You
all
said
have-
it- You
we
said it
all-
about. You said it about 2 episodes ago.
We all have the Oilers as
Yeah.
as not a wild card, as winning, as like a part of the division.
See, on this podcast, you say things, it just comes out of your mouth.
No.
and you totally forget it.
I definitely did not say Vegas would be a wild card because we
2
didn't even
episodes
know
ago,
who they
someone-
were.
No, a couple episodes you did say that you picked them to be in the playoffs.
and you weren't surprised by this.
At least we all got the Lightning right.
Yeah.
Nash has the Canadians on here, and the Senators.
Oh God! Oh wow!
Hey man,
Anyway,
it's fun to look back at predictions. It really is.
I was gonna circle around a show maybe next month about our predictions halfway through the season with that. But last thing about the NHL, Victor Hedman, the defenseman of the Lightning, got hurt.
Thoughts and prayers.
Out 3 to 6 weeks. Will that hurt the Lightning? First of all,
Check the scoreboard tonight.
yeah,
Vegas versus Tampa. In Tampa.
yep.
Vegas is winning.
Vegas is winning. Hedman's pretty much a
Hedman's like a Norris Trophy candidate.
yes. He probably would have won a Norris.
You don't think he will now?
He could. Yeah, if he comes back, he could still win it. But will his injury hurt? Will they drop in the standings? Will they do anything? No.
They'll drop from definitely in first to like in first by not so much.
It's true. Ooh, Vegas beat Tampa 4-1 tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Vegas beats everybody.
Hey,
Right?
Smythe, where's your bathroom in this place?
I don't have one yet. It's
Speaking
one
of
of the
which,
things
anyway,
we're working on.
so we're gonna wrap this
Really?
up.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
So let's get into a segment I like to call Smythe on polls. Smythe, you got any polls? You got any polls? You like to?
doing that new segment.
No. I haven't fleshed that one out yet.
That news segment. First, last week we had 2 of them.
I don't know. I can't remember. How many polls you got?
We talked about the Jags keeping Blake Bortles.
Okay.
70% said no.
Don't keep Blake Bortles.
They're not going to keep Blake Bortles. That's horrible. You guys are terrible people. I already mentioned the Julio Jones one. 72% thought Julio drop. Also our biggest poll. So a lot of votes on that one, which is
Nice,
good. Also, Ooh.
What?
59% think that Saxonville is going to take down Tom Brady.
Really?
That is big, yeah.
Wow.
Twitter, you guys are... first of all, we thought we were the only people that predicted it.
I thought I was going to be the only one. I guarantee everyone at this table said, yeah, I'm going to pick Jacksonville, and nobody
No one
else
else
is going to
gonna
pick
take
them. Wow.
So the Twitterverse also thinks so. And I just started a poll about anyone caring about UFC. Wells, so far, 100% don't care about UFC.
Oh,
220.
okay. We'll see how that fleshes out next week.
That is rough.
We'll see how that fleshes out next
All right,
week.
guys. I'll just get in there. You guys can visit us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and our favorite place for our fans, Tumblr. Wells, now that you're back, let us know where they can find you and the Horseplay podcast.
Horseplay is back this week.
Yeah.
We just literally just posted a new episode 35. Before this, it's our 1 year anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank
Was
you.
Kevin Durant the jersey?
No, Frank Thomas.
Wow. Disrespect.
Bun Kevin Durant. Yeah, so find us on Horseplay. Sorry, on Instagram, Horseplay_podcast. You can find us on iTunes as the Horseplay Podcast, and check us out.
All right. I feel like we should just call it a wrap there.
That's it.
All right. Say
Okay.
bye to the ladies, Wells.
All right, ladies, have a good night.
Night.
Nash Wells and Smythe host the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.